both, or at least one of these teams, potentially exit this tournament so early on, because I think both of these teams have incredible potential to pull upsets down the line. Only one will make it through to even have a chance to qualify at the main stage. We're starting on Dust2. It's Alex at long. And the flashbang's logged in. He's here to back away. And pistol round is live between FlyQuest and Furia.
Looking for another fight here, already running on in here. Flashbangs to counter it, but Netic ready playing dodge flash and able to get past the line there. Alex shut down and motion into the site.
Not quite Furia, but definitely bait. We'll see if they play with the same fury. All right, MPL here at the Gandalf corner, playing off his teammates' contact perfectly, but not getting any of the kills. It's Kensisor and Hendrik to collect two, and then running them down as bait do. Regali up on the site. He gets a second, but not the clutch. Esenthial does eventually swing on through. It's bait with the pistol.
Yeah, we already see a little bit of the death ball right there from bait, right? We already see how quickly they are to react and just join forces as a team in that retake right there. 4 players flying up cap before the pose plants could get a tablet.
Oh my god.
Either. Oh man. Get the sword right there flying high. And the trade's good enough to put this one down in a 1v1.
That was, I mean, it's still even close enough there from Regali. Give him the credit.
Yeah.
But bait, oh my goodness. Again, every single person on this team can shoot, I guess, while airborne as well. Kensisor has kind of been the breakout player for this bait team. As of late, kind of a player who kind of came out of nowhere in the Ukrainian scene and has turned out to be one of this squad's highest fraggers.
Yeah, I mean, an exciting feat right there, showing how much talent really can be developed here and how quickly he's transitioned into this team. Matches the culture here. It felt like this roster didn't really stay down too long with the roster changes that they had to bring together. The fact almost elevated their performance very quickly, so an exciting move here for bait.
Back. Already working up the cat control here as well. Just Hedrick to defend. The question is when he will deploy his smoke, or will he? Will he just invite them? No, there you go. There is the catwalk smoke. But it's a little off the mark. Not sure they're going to go through that.
I might want to execute here. It's a nice HE deep. Connects on a lot of damage right there on the Regali early on. They're actually pushing on the edges of that smoke, but fall back a little bit. There's mid to B utility. It's designed to try and draw out attention from one of those extra A players. And now the big question is, will bait budge? Will they give them the resources that they're looking for as this cat execute is coming through? The answer isn't looking likely here. They still set up. They're trusting in the defense right now.
2 players, one at Goose. Hedrick is just going to bait here for Alex on the MP9, but one drops into CT. Vexite can now scale up onto Hedrick, and the molly up towards Goose forces the MP9 into the play, and Vexite gets the quick double entry. Long range on the MAC-10, not great, but he's still got both defenders down and the bomb plant. Retake effort, though, for bait is fast. Kensisor up the cat, take care of Inns, but not the second. It's esenthial who needs these kills, but the shots are just not connecting. Followed up there with a 1D from Netic. It'll be FlyQuest who force back.
And 1 HP right there for Jake as he finds safety in that cubby. Shots just not going through right there on that fast flank. Again, it's a quick motion in the retake from bait, but not quick enough to establish themselves here. And JKS survival instincts kicking in on 1 health. Able to stay in that round. FlyQuest going to answer back with a brilliant execute. And that's something here that they definitely want to start off with here, is being able to land these executes, being able to manipulate the defense.
Flashback forward though, and Vexite sniped out the sky. Regali also in trouble. The bomb might get found. Needs to stay on the back of Regali, and he does stay standing on his 2 feet. And FlyQuest down a player, but in a stable position.
Do you have long control here as a bailout option? It's a value from Netic, and the regression rolling through. Hedrick might just walk into his crosshair.
I think he's only holding for the corner. No, he's going to try and cross over to pit. Hello there. Easy kill there for Netic. Oh, but the shot back from MPL immediately answers. And we're getting a slugfest out of this one by round 3.
Forced by Wars. Full air in its head again here. They have to work in a 2v3 right now. Again, still with the scout right now as MPL goes and recovers some of that long space. And they're just gambling that it won't be a motion up cat. They might be right here. It seems to be out towards middle.
And Alex tucked behind the B boxes.
Playing a headshot angle.
Yeah, but it is wall bangable, so he could just go down to a straight bullet. Now, deciding to stay tucked. Will he be cleared? He will be seen, and there you go. Exactly that. The wallbang does come through, but esenthial is tucked away at car. He is head down, just needing that one kill, maybe that bomb plant denial, and they are not ready for him. Wait, but they might be able to see him ins? Not quite. It's being planted safely as well, and esenthial at that rate can't hit the headshot. MPL does pick up an AK, but this 1v2 on the B site is a nightmare.
He doesn't have armor either. So what the scout investment gives him, I think this might just need to be a save, but he's hanging around for some extra damage. He's going to try and make this one in.
Oh, but regali is staying tucked, playing off the contact of ins. But MPL is snuck in. Shot found, but regali does pop up for that frag. And FlyQuest dodge a bullet there. Of course, bait always going to be threatening on these force buys.
Yeah, deadly. Again, full motion through underpass right there, rolling through off the back of some flashbangs. Coordinated effort on that peak coming through from bait. Offers up a scare. And some nice shots that continue to follow up, but positioning there perfectly avoided. FlyQuest keeping their distance. Up against the pistols right there, you'll see.
Hold on. And
okay.
Against Azor, he does have a fiendish deagle. He's already up at the green box and now into Sui. And
oh, they didn't see him.
Oh my goodness. No one's looking at this. It's going to be knife out for regali while he's lining up a... Oh, it's not meant to be. Nedic. Yeah, I'll just say nice shot from Nedic, all right?
Yeah.
We'll just leave it at leave it at that. It is the eco. It's a cool opportunity, but even if he does get the kill, he's still very likely to be traded. Oh, but alas. It really is like, what kind of bait are we seeing on the day? Because, you know, some days they can flatten a team like Falcons, and other times they can lose a convincing series to Linvision. Linvision do cook, I will say, but just, you know, we're looking at world number 2 or world number 20, you know, as ins. They'll get overrun, but that's the open B site, and that should be the round here for FlyQuest.
It can be just a little bit hot or cold. I think a lot of times it comes down to how prepared their opponents are for, you know, what they bring to the table as well. You know what bait are doing. If you're a little bit more used to their play style, a little bit more prepared, you can handle them a little better. Just a single saved AK here.
Yeah,
on the pit.
It was really interesting to see how Astralis took down bait yesterday. As bait picked Mirage and got rolled 13-2. Well, first things first, a stunning performance from Yabby, a player who's been hot under the press lately, but definitely, you know, took it individually to another level over there. But also how Astralis never really were too aggressive versus bait, but played great reactive Counter-Strike into bait's contact walks. So what I was seeing is a lot of double connector setups. You had a player on the catwalk as well, and bait would constantly just fall into these traps that Astralis would set. And I wonder if FlyQuest can bring any of that to the table today.
Now, if you're prepared, right, again, you know, this team really likes their kind of extremity play there on Mirage in particular. It's been one of their mainstays on the T side as to why they're so good. That's frustrating.
He just laughs it off, though. We have double lower push already. 4 players, though, for FlyQuest don't want to push through that.
Yeah, I mean, that's a quick reaction right there off the back of the information. Now you have to flush this position out here. You've got a lot of resources to do it here. A lot of players close by to try and challenge this position, but they really aren't rocking with a lot of control, and they're not too interested in pushing smokes right now. So bait are going to fade off of this positioning. But FlyQuest don't know this, and they're going to have to take a lot of time and resources to recover lost ground, which they'll end up swinging at Ghost here because no one's remaining.
Right, you're probably going to have to expend a molly towards lower tunnels. Have to be worried about everything. Yeah, so 2 mollies expended towards middle. Reclaim the control, but you still don't know what's in upper tons. And Vexite will sweep it out with the MAC-10 with confidence. And a long pop in order.
Ooh, late long pop here could be good. Actually, even extra help coming through for Alex as well. So this is going to be reinforced, but it's contact.
It's contact, and so Hetrick won't know when to swing until Alex gets popped, vaporized by Netic. It is now Hetrick on the line. He gets destroyed next, and great shooting so far from FlyQuest. They are up on the A site. This is a save for bait.
And that looks like a great reaction right there coming through from FlyQuest. They hear the tons of aggression at the very get-go. They don't rush in. They hold their nerve, and then they retake long. But they do it in a contact fashion there. It looks like they know the setup, again, off the back of the reaction of that early tons presence and bait trying to set the tone. FlyQuest deal with that. They avoid their problems early and are able to take some space later in the round.
Wasn't able to have the crazy amount of impact back in the matchup versus Furia. That was kind of JKS stepping up in a couple of rounds, but Netic has been an absolute game changer for the side of FlyQuest. He's just firepowered the player, and hold on, MPL. But in terms of the superstar era we are in when it comes to CS2, Netic kind of is that player for FlyQuest. And just having a player who can shoot their way out of situations like this is just so perfect. Also,
opener.
Not to mention just how young he is as a player. I think FlyQuest as a team, yeah, you've got experience in JKS and INS at the top level of Counter-Strike for a while, but the core of Netic, regali, and Vexite, they've got years and years of Counter-Strike in them.
Absolutely. Young firepower there.
Enzazor.
Line up catwalk.
3 players here inside of T-Spawn. They're kind of waiting for him. Jiggle Peak has a second player, though, when Vexite gets caught. Aim's caught, turning a flash, too. Kenzazor keeps the momentum up, and this is the kind of bait playstyle we're talking about. It's a quick 3 for 2 to open up with regali low.
Yeah, JKS trying to make some motion into this B side as a result. Needs some space to create elsewhere on the map here. I might have a chance to move past this flashbang. Smoke instead. A lurk utility here. If he can open up this B side, it's a route out of this round.
He has a duel. And JKS, if he wins this fight, B site open. No support. Right now for esenthial. He's scouring the smoke. But will he read into car? He does, but the shot's not perfect, and regali should be forced to save.
No health here. One important kill is from esenthial to ensure the round. Absolutely necessary right there for bait. Make sure that this one goes down easy here. regali is hanging about. Don't think he'll have much to do turning that corner, but he's also got a little bit in reserve, so maybe it's worth it here.
Damage?
Look on the draw, but no, doesn't get a sight line in. esenthial closes out the last kill, and bait roll up with a statement right there. They keep up the aggression. They don't lose their confidence off the back of a missed play there, fighting Ghost in the early tons aggression of that last round. Instead, they just keep that pressure high. Kenzazor finally getting some success here on the rifling, and that is a huge step up right there from bait.
Yeah, the duel-oriented gameplay there. There was not a flashbang with that swing, by the way. They just swing because if you throw utility, you're going to telegraph that you're already there. And bait play with the surprise factor. Look at this, 4 players long on the start. No one's going to be surviving if they run through that smoke, but Netic doesn't. Wisely so. And we got a mid-control default on Dust2.
Doors smoke looking good as well. Flashbang through it, trying to maybe apply some early pressure. But this time, FlyQuest able to take some control without meeting much resistance. And we've seen some scary cat executes already put into play. They drop down a player in towards CT, are able to capture some of that space here. You're still missing an op right now for bait as well, so amplify the problem and challenge of this round.
Yeah, forced back by the molly though. Great wall bangs from INS. Doesn't quite catch him. Hopscotching around and will survive. But that keeps him in CT spawn. Makes that B site weak, potentially.
At this point here, again, you've had regali posted up on the mid-corner for quite some time. You didn't see anyone rotate, but it's still towards this A side, and this A side is still stacked.
All right, Kinetic take down Alex once more. This time, a new angle, an off angle. But this time, it's not contact. Flashbang forward, but Alex good for the double. Sharp on the aim, picks up the AK bomb, a loss as well. regali posts up, but is going to have to somehow make this fight happen if they want to try for this round. In the 3v5 with 20 seconds, though, it's looking like a concession as Alex, a quick double, will lock it up.
I'm sure as this one straight up. Alex able to play deadly around the corner there, even avoids the op shot for a guaranteed round win here. And FlyQuest this time around, not able to deal with his position. A little bit of utility to try and get them out towards that long doors, but that's easily avoided. Don't take that same contact approach like they did last round here.
Yeah, not perfectly prepared for this off angle from Alex. There are flashbangs that could totally own him in that situation, but the proper utility wasn't thrown for that position. You're throwing it for pit, you're throwing it for a potential op on the corner, right? And you know, it's what you have, it's what your read was of that setup for FlyQuest, and Alex on the off angle just pays off.
Yeah, I mean, and again, we're still seeing a little bit of a weakened up B site in general for Bait. You know, not only do they feel all that pressure from middle, but MPL isn't necessarily the rotating player right there. He was committed in his mid defense. He was kind of the B side player there instead of rotating off of catwalk. So FlyQuest were walking into another strong A setup right there that they didn't even realize when they didn't turn the corner on catwalk.
Yeah, a lot of teams can just look at the stats and see, you know, how often FlyQuest hit B as opposed to A here on Dust2, and they can just tailor their setups accordingly. You know, if FlyQuest went mid to B there, just in the straight default, they would be in a much more difficult position with just esenthial on the site and MPL and CT spawn. But potentially some prep going in, and it's working out well here for Bait, even on FlyQuest's map pick.
I need to see here off the back of that timeout if there's much reaction, if they do take more of an interest in challenging middle.
Looks like it. Contact walk out mid doors. It's empty.
How far do they want to take this contact here? Esenthial might give him a dry peek.
And Regali is holding this. Smoke towards the mid doors. Ken Scizor. Double smoke. I'm not sure that was on the mark, but that's going to be a double swing, and it can cost them everything. He jumped off Cat. He might get him off, but Netic off the Tech 9 is able to find the headshot, but not the next. It's down to JKS in the clutch to make a 1v2 happen. Now in the 1v1. This is what he's meant to do, but Alex puts him down. Headphones off for JKS. And it's 4-all.
Bait able to deny these clutches from JKS here now. Another opportunity for him to secure that. And the fast flank from MPL comes through just at the right time here. They were following in their footsteps in that mid-execute because of how fast they were re-aggressing towards catwalk. You know, Bait, well, we obviously saw the frontline fight there from middle, but what we didn't see is that cat re-aggression following suit here. Some nice tags coming through from ends. Some really good reads here on the round, and Alex able to open things up. Already the first pick here, make it the second now as well as the lower tons control taken as well. Kinzasor doesn't shy away from these duels. He's chasing the deagle down, maybe a little bit too far right there. Regali gonna offer up a punish.
But Hedrick has control of middle and there's no smokes. So he gets all that info for his team. Alex at long has really just been unbeatable. I mean, 6 kills is not a big number, but it's always 2 apiece for him.
Except for that one time Netic.
Yeah, except for the one time that Netic fried him. But these last couple rounds, okay.
Oh, bombs down.
But I don't think Alex isn't going to see it. That's the thing. So he doesn't know. He'll keep
Oh, he's loud. He's loud.
Going to keep pushing. Is there a headshot? There's no. It's coming through from Inns. 52 HP.
They still don't know where bomb is, so Inns has a little bit of time left to work this round. Can pick up a rifle if he wants to. Maybe sticks with a scout. No, he's going to go for the AK instead.
Is he going to save it?
I think he's got a chance here to make it through long. There's no resistance. The issue is if he remains loud, it's going to be heard from a cat player here in MPL. He should be able to react to this.
He does have a smoke for the cross, believe it or not. So, Inns, in-game leader. Yeah, but the tuck away here from MPL is quite annoying. Will he just swing off the plant? Well, it's doom for MPL, already in the right position on that ace site, and it is Bait who take the lead.
Man, Kinzasor is so quick. You can definitely see why he's so headstrong, why he's so aggressive right there, because every time he gets punished, he just laughs it off.
Yeah. It is what it is, and he goes again.
He's got that goldfish memory right there where he so easily forgets some of the mistakes, and that keeps your confidence nice and high.
Are you saying ignorance is bliss?
Yeah.
Oh. Gensazor is the guy who dipped Monty. Oh my god, MPL is just flying up lower tunnels. It is a body bag right now. This is bait at their finest. Are they going to get battled back? No, they just keep dueling. 3v5 doesn't matter. We got to make sure they're all gone to win the round.
That's just so brutal right there. Again, they just keep up that intensity.
Hetrick is already top mid.
Hetrick catches one sidelined. And it's going to fall over here. Medic can't react because Hetrick able to deal with them, man. Bait establishing some dominance, not even letting FlyQuest T-side lift off in that round.
See, this is why I saw this map pick of Dust2, and I saw it as a big-time risk. This is a map that Bait have so much space on and so many just plays that you can make individually on Dust2.
Oh
it's one that fits their style, and Hetrick with the perfect read on the hold is disgusting. FlyQuest have been... I mean, they've always gotten off to decent starts in a lot of these games, but as it progresses, Bait have got their wheels spinning.
I think what's impressive here is that they had some struggles. This might be a quicker B execute.
Ooh, but surely you're not ready for Esenthial in the corner already. Fully blind, but baited in, and then Esenthial activates. Needs a second, though, and that's where he goes down. Head trick. Will he be tested? Flashbang forward will actually blind him, but they won't push forward. But the Netic Deagle headshot breaks into the site. Smoke onto the doors, and they are in. Flashbang forward, though, and Kenzazor wants to stop them, but Regali puts an end to it. Followed up there by Alex. Nearly broken through there by FlyQuest, but it is a non-stop flood of CT defenders, one after the other. And it's finally Alex who breaks them.
I mean, one by one, they just keep on running on in, chipping at the HP bars, and sure, some lovely shots hit from FlyQuest. But the unrelentless aggression right there gets the job done.
Very close round for the youngest team.
Oh, here we go again. They're pushing up mid. Fast out long as well as the reaction, and Kenzazor's nailed the timing once again.
How is he here every round? 15 seconds in, he's in T-spawn.
Not gonna miss this time. He doesn't have a Deagle. Netic. Sure to fall.
Time? Oh my goodness, he's about to have so many players on his screen. There's one, he sees a couple, but that's the bomb as well. Kenzazor can be just such an annoying player right now as he crosses the other side. Now, of course, Regali does pick up the bomb, but what do FlyQuest do about this?
Yeah, well, how do you deal with a player in T-spawn right now as you're boxed in towards long? I mean, I guess you can just kind of commit. You can make him a non-factor if you quick on this execute.
They could do that. There's no one actually on the A site proper. It's just Alex on Catwalk.
Now they know that there's none mid, though. So that could be a quick reaction coming through here from the side of FlyQuest to speed things up. But Beta are getting where they need to be in time. And one through the smoke doesn't hurt.
There's another smoke here for Ins. That could go towards the crossing again.
Through. Kenzazor's activating.
Hold on, and Ins does fall to him. Regali needing a masterclass, and it's not meant to be. It is an 8-4 half from Bait. They never let their foot off the gas pedal. They're in T-spawn in the first 15 seconds. The youngest team in Counter-Strike is also the fastest team in Counter-Strike.
They look like they can go on forever, and it's only the first map.
My brain feels like scrambled eggs after that marathon. Seriously, how do you recover from this?
I don't know, man. Looks like a long run. We need a quick reset.
Hey, cheer up, boys. It's only a best of 5. Refuel yourself.
so saucy.
It's so creamy.
You were talking about the clutch, right?
Yeah. You?
Yeah, I guess.
If there's one thing you should know about Bait, they play with the sauce. Already in T-spawn here for Kensizor, as it's an 8-4 half on FlyQuest's map pick at the moment. The Aussie Pride not looking so good now.
Yeah, we saw some good starts here again from the side of FlyQuest. They were handling the aggression. They were actually letting Bait aggress and take that map control and then would react accordingly. But later down the line, they tried to fight for some of that space, and Bait just beat him to the punch.
Yeah.
For all of those last couple of rounds of that first half. Now, at least they get to try and dictate the pace here on their CT side. They're pushing in towards upper, but again, Bait are quick here, and they're fast towards long with only a single defender.
JKS is late on the smoke break, instead going to toss it over towards the ramp. It's
Good damage.
It's solid, but this is a round full of headshots, not the body shots. Maybe it'll start to come into account here as Kensler goes down to 20. Jump shots for Netic. Anything on the menu? Instead, it's a 5v5 retake of the A site. This one's going to be a blast. Netic, nothing on the jump shots, though. When this smoke fades, though, it's game time. Or maybe vote for it. JKS moving up cat with Regali. Player stuck on the ramp, trying to cross back over towards long, and it's 4 kills consecutively, make it 5, as FlyQuest have been slaughtered on the A site.
Oh man, MPL so quick on those spins right there. They all try and rush past that smoke, but late utility right there, forcing them gray screen through it, is the perfect winning formula right there. And despite a couple of quick kills, you can see that Bait are quicker at shutting this one down, man. It's fighting for his life on that site as well. That is beautiful work. FlyQuest forced into a forced buy.
There's one thing you should know about Bait, is that they shoot hard. And FlyQuest have to win this force by it. It almost feels like down 11-4.
Okay.
Okay, it doesn't.
At least it gets extinguished. Not as bad as it could have been right there, but
Not an accidental detonation.
yeah. A little premature launch. Still hanging around towards middle though. And it does feel like this is the right target again for Bait. With the right timing, a couple of players trying to rotate around the edges of the smoke, but
Let's have a grenade that could break the CT smoke on a good timing, and here it is. But it's just Kensizor, and no one actually fights off the back of it. So 2 players on the B site in need of a hold.
the smoke push the players through the smoke.
Oh my goodness, and Netic making the plays. Can he get the second? He does. Delivery here for FlyQuest is another double off the 5-7 for Vex site, and the scout delivers. FlyQuest win the must-win round.
Man, that's such a good move right there coming through from FlyQuest. Flashbang for the players through CT smoke right there. They launch into action. Vexite with a little bit of commitment as well. Pushes past his smoke, and Netic knocking down these kills is so crucial. You can see what it sets up there. It's the perfect bait and switch right there between Vexite and Netic right there as a combo. And they do secure the must-need round. They're able to bounce back here. A little bit more life for FlyQuest on this CT side.
Did you notice, by the way, how Bait have not bought a single smoke and instead have bought 4 deagles and a scout? You wonder what their plan is in this round? Well, they've just gotten cat control for free, and there's 5 players on cat.
This is good reaction. Beautiful HE right there. Chunks a lot of damage. Already putting them down low here. FlyQuest are prepared. As you said, the lack of utility going to be a serious problem here. They're going to need the headshots to bail them out of this utility problem here. Ready for the execute, and they're all swinging together as a team. 5 players charging into the site.
All right, Regali needing these frags. Is Headtrick with the first eagle headshot. Anything extra? It's struggling here for Netic. There's 2 entries on the site. JKS on the SMG, though, does put it down. 3 kills, looking for that ace now even. The 5-7's good. Switches out to a Galil. 4 kills for JKS. Come on, can we get all 5? Not meant to be, but it's FlyQuest. Happy as can be.
Yeah, they'll take it either way right there. That's that JKS impact coming through with that security, making sure that he knocks down these kills on the players charging with pistols. That accuracy coming through from him. Because when things start to miss and those deagles close the distance, things become panicky. JKS able to provide you that multi-kill. And that's exactly what they brought him in here for.
Just having a player who is self-sufficient, give him space. Here's Glocks out long. I like this bait team. They don't even wait. JKS racking up the tally. Come on, go get him. He's gonna get stolen again. It's gonna get stolen again. JKS can't have anything here for this FlyQuest team. Can't steal the spotlight.
That's just generosity right there. They'll take 4, but they'll give you 1. Nice transfers coming through with the Galil. Doing them justice and farming up the cash there for ends at the closer. It's the distance being closed, though. Here for FlyQuest. 2 rounds now the difference. Hop out for regali. Money stacking up here on this bonus round for FlyQuest, so they're finding themselves in a good position. See if they keep up that intensity here. A little bit more standard on the aggression here for FlyQuest. A little bit more of what you would anticipate.
Boost. Is it prepared for? Will there be a flash or
Swing gear. Oh, that's a beautiful flash.
Yeah, coming through from Hedrick all the way from Sui. Not the player.
Just the position. Gale forced to reposition here and towards CT spawn, but not a bad move. No mid-door smoke, so sightline's granted here. I think you're going to see ends try and get that utility down.
Ollie locked in. MPL top of the Xbox right now, trying to wait for aggression. Oh, that should have been the kill, but he flicked too high.
Just over his shoulder right there. Almost a connection, but a little bit too fast here for his own good. That's that utility right there from ends. Trying to keep his distance with this MP9. You can't afford to take these long-range duels on catwalk.
As a nade, he softens him up too with the flashbang, but Kensazor hands out an instant headshot. And ends with no chance. Esenthial watching the smoke wisely. A quick 3v5. 30 seconds, though, on the clock.
Yeah, what do you react here off the back of that pick? Do you actually spin it towards the B side?
Medic sees the players up top, but can't get the kill.
Still a B player.
It's regali needing an off highlight. And that's not a bad start. Molly into the tunnels, too. Could be good with the bomb behind the flames.
Oh,
regali in the position for a highlight, but Alex won't even let him shoot. 1v3 for JKS. He'll drop down into CT. But nothing's going to give. If regali's able to let loose that shot, who knows what happens.
Oh, man. That JKS sticking around here. He's hunting these kills. They're giving him opportunities here. He'll take them. How much do you want to give this guy who's so good in the clutch?
They keep swinging him. Oh, my goodness.
He's moving in. He's not falling out. He doesn't have a kit, though. That's the big problem.
I wonder if there's a kit in the site. Surely on regali, right?
Well, might be. He does have a smoke picked up, but as he sits around here, that's going to be maybe the time running out.
Takes him
find a kill exit.
Oh, shows a shoulder. No time, but a lot of damage done for JKS, and he gets the AK out of there.
Every kill. Plus 50 for him and his team as well. So that's some high-value exits right there coming through from JKS, providing some economic damage here. Crucially, though, Fade able to walk away with that op and survive the scare of a regali highlight. Showing up with that X factor we know he can bring to the table. Needed to chamber in a couple more shots, though, at that point. That was the challenge he was put into. It just felt so impossible for him to make that happen. But he was so close to pulling that off.
So a stressful game for both teams as Esenthial strafing out long, though. Nades don't quite connect, though, onto Esenthial. He gets out to blue, but doesn't hit the headshot. And it's Inns holding down long. Hedrick tries to answer, but JKS remains. And Alex walking out, trying to hit that timing, find that duel they are always looking for. But it's not meant to be. Hedrick 1v3, 45 HP. Bomb on his back. He knows where JKS is. But Nedic also locking in, but Hedrick gets away. It should be good. And it is. Hedrick cannot escape. Inevitable doom, and FlyQuest are clawing this back.
Oh, a little bit of room to breathe right there. Hedrick had to piece those ones up with the AWP. Able to find a lot of access through the long doors there with these quick trades. Kind of letting his riflers go first. If there wasn't an AG in the mix, I think he could have been on for that one. But instead, again, it's just going to be FlyQuest here. Clawing things back. Hero rifle for Hedrick. He's going to go all in this round. No utility to back it up here. He's maybe just hoping that he can bait these Glocks, find an opening pick up the rifle. Try and get in on that play. Bomb left in spawn, so...
Here's a dilemma.
Scorched earth.
Here's a dilemma, Cole. Do you send the hero AK first, or do you send it in last?
You do it somewhere in the middle, right? If you're second or third in, again, you might have to sacrifice one Glock, but then the other Glocks can actually pick up the rifle.
Or if you go first, everyone can pass it down. That's the idea.
Yes, yeah, but then that would require Hedrick to...
Hit a hard entry? You think he can't do that, huh? You think anyone...
He's capable.
Everyone on bait, I think, can do that, Cole.
Yeah, absolutely. But is that the way you want to kind of style your round? It does seem like that's the case, though.
Here we go. Esenthial will jump across to get the info. And Netic is just going to lose the Glock! Oh my goodness!
That's why you send the Glock in first, so you can just find the entry.
Oh my goodness.
In fact.
You still have to break a sight. You got the kill, you didn't even get the gun. You still don't have any utility.
Now, Regali double zoomed here. It's going to be hard to get past him with no util.
Well, double zoomed means a flying Glock might be able to beat him, but instead, first shot's good. Khalil for Vexite is perfect. And Regali hits the third. And Alex will walk out middle to his doom. So a little funny Glock kill, but that's it.
Oh, man, that's so ridiculous right there. A little bit unfortunate, but no smiles just yet for FlyQuest. Still strictly business. They know what they have to do here to claw things back. One more round to secure it. They've got this thing all knotted up. The CT side building its foundations here. Even with some small little mistakes being made here and there, they're able to recover comfortably. Just a scout for Hedrick at this point. Gonna have to make do here with what you can. We'll see if Bait can throw a more standard round. They've got the utility this time to back up the buy. See if they can take some space. Try and get an execute off. That's where they've looked their most deadly. But there's some nades stacked up here around the catwalk for a lot of damage to be put down range. Those are placed well. Inns can provide so much early impact without even seeing his opponent.
Here's a player running forward as well. So... bank the nade, really toss it in.
There it is.
Extra damage too.
Under damage off the back of 2 HEs right there. That's money well spent. He picks up another. Some more to throw down.
This one could be to break the CT smoke, or yet another one to Cat. And that nearly touches down for max damage onto Hedrick.
Couple out mid right now. Netic has to deal with this.
They're trying to walk CT spawn, actually.
Oh,
and Esenthial will be caught, but MPL does move through. It doesn't matter, though. The A-site take's going wrong. MPL's going to try and sprint forward, and Vexite will catch him. As Bait try to get tricky, but FlyQuest having none of it.
Yeah, what a good setup right there coming through from FlyQuest. Netic able to cut off one of those players sneaking through the smoke, and then all of the early HE damage stacked up. It's going to be impossible to scale up catwalk. You can see Inns doing so much damage with this utility, making it easy for them to knock it down. And FlyQuest get exactly what they're hoping for right there. The cat execute into the nade stack. Oh, and this is a deadly half by here. A little bit more oomph with the utility. But trying to get it done on a B play here. This might be an explosive one.
It is. There's not going to be a smoke. This will be all flashes. There's a door smoke flying. Molly here for Netic as he sees the utility. They're going to run through it, though, and that segments them off. Kensazor goes down early. Inns is also here, and it is a typical B-site mowdown as FlyQuest have now taken the lead.
They're taking the lead here again. The mood's still calm in this camp here. They want to close this thing out. They know the mission not done just yet, but that is a flawless defense. That's one that should be building that excitement right there. Complete shutdown here as Bait throw, full execute with the flashbang sequenced in, and you just rush into the crossfire. We'll see if they can keep it up here. One off of taking map point.
Going long, keeping it simple, running through, and it's JKS who can't hold on. The nade from Inns post-mortem will take down Alex, keeping it level.
Still got this op as well. Regali's been Playing one hell of a game so far. Looking to continue those results, but he does give up a little bit of space towards the long. Willing to play out this 3v3. Bait known for their very deadly extremity pushes and moves like this in late rounds like this, but for now it still seems like the port of call going to be leaning in towards the long side while FlyQuest try and flush out Kinsasaur.
Walking up to Cat. Kinsasaur, I'm not sure he registered Medic on his screen. Still on the step, Jiggle peeking forward, and Vexite wins the duel. Big time find there on the extremity, and that should force Bait.
Flank right now.
Up the long side.
HE to blow open that smoke and try and slow them down right now. That's going to be a goal. Vexite just tossing in the flashbang though. Letting him cross. And again, that delay is so valuable. Medic got to pull the pin on this flank already.
Only on the site too. Keeps them off the bomb plant critically, and now Nedic sees everything. He's calling. They're coming up to you, Regali. Red alert for him. He's got the he drops CT, and it works! It has to be Nedic, though. He does deliver on that long flank. He does not wait. And it's just head trick, bomb on his back. 16 HP, and it's cross-cut here by Regali, but it's a tough shot to hit. And it's not connected. Head trick will descend into the B site.
Gonna get the bomb plant here, smoke to play off of. Can he get tricky around that utility, or will Regali chase him down? He will!
Oh my god!
Oh my god, what a shot from Regali!
Oh, that's a kill feed right there for Regali. As that is map point for FlyQuest, pulling it back down from 8-4 with the no-scope through the wall, through the smoke with a headshot.
Honestly, can we go 3 long again?
There you go. There's the smiles there from FlyQuest. You can't help but smile when shots like that flow on your screen. Oh my god. Able to shut that round down. Again, that's an all-in move from Regali. If he gets punished for that, that 1v1 is on. Instead, he nails it on the fadeaway.
Oh my goodness, and it is slipping away right now for Bait. Or FlyQuest. Joy has ins. 3 bullets out the gun. That's a kill. Make it 5, actually. Asking a caster to count. Whatever the case, it's looking like FlyQuest are bouncing back in their map pick and could take this one.
It's perfect reaggression right now, flowing from FlyQuest. MPL might lead to some more frustration right now. This is vulnerable flank. Getting chased down. We'll see if they make the motion through long in time. MPL still in a position where he can surprise, and that's
What,
a big
JKS dead?
that might rush this flank.
Are they going to clear this corner, though? That's a big question. Before making noise, I mean, MPL starting to consider the lower tunnels as well.
Why are they pausing right now? They don't quite pull through this flank. MPL becomes more and more deadly as they wait and hold catwalk, but that's never going to come through.
Vexite will never be ready for this corner. Will Nedic continue to push? Now they both do. Vexite does not clear it, but MPL doesn't get the kill clean. Quick trade. And now into the A site. Go Bait.
Always good here. Regali kept at bay here. Oh, he on scopes as soon as they cross in. Molly going to be a little too late to the party. Bomb down, 3v3. Chance to stay alive for Bait.
Molly, though, in towards Goose. It won't force out Esenthial, though, because that's the darn CT incendiary. Head trick with the first headshot. Ins trying to work up the ramp. He does deliver another and sees the player. Goose knows the other is in pit. This is winnable. Shot connected there from Regali. Smoke available for the defuse. There is a chance. Alex on 29 HP. Trying to tap through, and Ins will get it. Defuse there for FlyQuest, down 8-4. They were looking like they were getting crushed on their map pick, but they turn it around on the defense and will go up 1 here in the series.
Yeah, just able to provide a little bit of stability with that CT side, with the clutch rounds, with the late round plays right there rolling on out, despite Bait coming in with intensity for their D lift off on.
Yeah, also courtesy of the Yabster, Yabby was putting on highlights on the A site, and that was completely off limits for the side of Bait. Will there be any sort of big individual moments here from FlyQuest? Because it was a good team effort there on the CT side to make sure that went nowhere on Dust2. Could this end potentially in 2 as FlyQuest continue their debut with JKS, and Bait look to continue to capitalize off their impact at the Austin Major?
Well, right now they already have a decent setup here. Bait for JKS to set up Regali in the corner, and a retake setup on A, See what sort of control we then see Bait try and take off the back of that. As right now jumping out into the fight here. JKS not able to connect on any opening duels. Trying for another duel, but can't quite connect. And eventually down here.
But regali does get cleared, and he still goes down. Inns next in line, but Vexite covering. Inns can't get his. It's all here onto Vexite to stop it. Netic late rotate, bomb planted, and pistol round looking good for Bait.
That it is. Had the right setup, but couldn't quite execute with the kills. Netic able to deliver one on the outro of this round.
Wait a minute.
As well. Oh my god, a third opportunity given. But Alex is going to put this round to rest and open up the pistol rounds with success here. Nice start from Bait. Able to challenge that setup and still break through. If you're FlyQuest, you probably bring through the right read, just not able to land these headshots to deny that access. And when they still take CT control with the whole game plan centered around denying that space. Game plan kind of gets shut down. We do get a second round forge, so coming through from FlyQuest.
Absolutely. What you want to see? Again, we see teams like MIBR. Oh, this is going horribly wrong already. Go for the full eco, and maybe that's probably what you want to take here as you immediately lose Vexite and half HP onto Netic. Instead next, and
oh gosh,
it's gone horribly wrong.
Nice toss on that HE. Maybe you can run back and sell, but it's a little too late now. Gonna be maybe trying to just hold on to this weaponry that they have remaining. You like a little bit of damage in rounds like these as well, at the very least, but that's feeling a little bit unlikely. Regali with his back against the wall. No Molly's first location, but multi-killing position is not necessarily what he's in right now.
They are going towards him. The bomb is in the apartments, but is Regali going to tussle with the catwalk? No, he will stay tucked in towards Van, and he'll get one. 50 HP, and Hedrick does deliver that shot. Esenthial clears out T-spawn, and Bait keep it clinical for the first two.
Now, we will see that fourth round op come out for Regali. He played fantastic on Dust2. We saw what he was able to bring to the table. Some stability with some of his op shots there, and some flashiness as well. So that's going to be something FlyQuest look to get out as soon as possible. For now, they still have to tread water here up against Deagles. And they're just flying out middle. This is confident stuff right now.
It's Bait gameplay on average. This is how it goes. Netic, do you have another one in you? Hit something sharp. Give us something to talk about. Nah, it's not meant to be. Bait running around middle here. I mean, fortunate to get the pistol here. Fortunate to get like a good start, because Astralis just gave them the beatdown on Mirage. For those who didn't know the scoreline, it was 13-2. Astralis were leading 9-0 at one point, and Bait just weren't getting any kills. This is a much different look out of this team on this map.
They establish themselves a little bit. Also, again, 3 rounds in a row, at least 2 rounds in a row rather, where they do take a lot of duels towards middle, fighting as a unit towards top of mid. This time MPL not on a solo lurk towards the middle. I think is obviously going to be maybe a bit of a reaction as to how they got countered yesterday.
So we'll see if that continues. And for now, we have Regali on and off in middle. This is what he saved up for. And talking about this extremity play, it looks like we're getting exactly some of that as an apartments pop looking good. Nade's great though.
Yeah, it's a beautiful nade to start, but again, it's about planting your feet before this execute takes place. He did hear the jump though, and so he is prepared for this execute.
He's dropped the smoke. Vexite helping out from Cat. First player down, but a quick trade from MPL. Inns needing to hold, and he does. Second kill in for Inns. Will he be forced out? Yes. Quick trade there from MPL.
Smoke though.
And shots there from Regali not quite connecting. 3 versus 3, MPL waiting to get that bomb planted. He gets it, but big flank from JKS developing.
A big flank, and also availability to move out the market door right now here for FlyQuest.
Ooh. The smoke hit Netic though, and surely MPL has heard that. Smoke about to fade on the site. MPL about to be revealed. A heads-up fight versus Netic. That he just dodges out on, but it's Alex who turns back and gets the kill. Regali finds Kentazor, and that leaves MPL low ammunition in the corner. Jiggle peeks good. Regali misses though, out of ammo for both players. Pistols out up for
Oh my
Regali,
God.
but he doesn't have a kit. He's got to run, and it's 4-0 for Bait.
Able to stay alive right there, just buying enough time. Needed that instant trade, couldn't get on the bomb in time. So escapes with the AWP, but Bait continuing in their winning formula here. MPL providing entries right now. And Regali still prepared for this off, but needing this last kill a little quicker or a kit. Not available. So Bait off to the races right now with a 4-0 lead. Early mid utility, and again, no real mid presence. It is the whole team rushing towards that A side right now, already setting up their execute.
Maybe that was the mistake, Cole. Maybe it was a mistake that Bait said, you know, maybe we can do some mid control versus Astralis. No, it's the A site. Under attack, JKS underneath the balcony. MP9 with the flashbang delivers one. And a second, JKS puts in some work. Regali still available with the AWP, but smoked out in CT spawn and can't help out Vexite. Smoke break sees nothing. But there is low HP on the bomb carrier. Smoke lobbed out here as well. But you don't want to risk that AWP.
You don't want to risk it here. It's so close. With so much damage being done right now, you would like to see them stick around. Maybe Ins can try and make a case here with the 5-7. A complete pause in the round. A chance to reposition. I mean, they don't have to give up on this one just yet.
Yeah, now they can, cut the cross. They're waiting for a play. Player seen in Palace. Did he see both of them, though, is the question. I think the answer is yes. But still, that's a smoke into Palace. That's one player isolated. That's another seen there at the default box, too. And a flick from Regali's good. They're trying to double swing him, and Inz has got the kill, too. It's just Alex on 15 HP, and Bait have given the round back to FlyQuest. Glock out for Alex? Are you kidding? This is not the weapon of choice right now. One bullet in the AK, he will trade out magazines, and FlyQuest begin their advance. Regali up top, he does miss though, but In's closing in, and he gets it. A 2 versus 3 for FlyQuest on the half-buy.
Yeah, a little bit too much hesitation right there for Bait, and that just causes the smokes to fade away. It allows for that reposition. FlyQuest change up their approach on that retake, and are able to catch them by surprise. Again, more sharpshooting coming through out of Regali. And here's another asset that you have to this team. Wow. JKS with a multi-kill with that MP9. That is the X factor that this FlyQuest team needed.
I mean, but that one kill off the 5-7 for Inns was everything because they didn't see 2 players in jungle off the Palace player. So they thought they could double peek Regali. Instead, Inns catches a player looking at jungle, and that is where FlyQuest capitalized. Right there. Can they take this one to the house, though?
See if they can keep up that momentum right there. Huge opportunity to lift off earlier than they might have anticipated. They're already prepared for these off-spawn calls that are being made from Bait.
Mid control, Kensazor trying to scale. But Regali gets big information holding this angle.
Does have a little bit more reinforcements right now here for him. A couple players towards the top of middle. As it is FlyQuest trying to press on mid control, going and clearing out underpass, now walking up towards middle, but this position now revealed from Kensazor.
Oh boy. Jigglepeak does see the players though, and Hedrick's not ready for the fast pick for JKS. It's a kill from Regali, and then the double from JKS. Mid control is here for FlyQuest. As JKS is stepping up and he picks up the off and puts it to work. I haven't seen JKS offing since like 2020. As it's a 1v4 now for esenthial, his whole team is gone.
JKS a part of these duels, landing the multi-kills again, shattering that setup from Bait. They try and throw a little bit more numbers at this problem, but still, FlyQuest pressing through middle, taking that control as a team. Regali backing up JKS in some of these duels as well, connecting on shots, making it easy for him to facilitate that space. And now, it feels like they just know this lurking presence is around.
Yeah, they know. Esenthial is this Palace lurk player. And JKS playing absolutely wonderful Counter-Strike in middle. Everything you want from your new addition. You know, when you see him be an asset, when you see him take the aggressive, Esenthial will dodge death there. That's a great start and a well-earned high five from Urcast.
Absolutely. Again, according to plan here, watching some of the success story, even though Kinzasaur able to catch him by surprise, it's just great reactions coming through from JKS, keeping his aim sharp, and Regali backing him up with extra coverage on that AWP. Perfect collapse coming through from FlyQuest. And the Deagle's brought out here, again from Bait. AK still saved over. This is still a deadly round here, but you do see the pressure continue to be applied here towards middle, at least early. They will fade off of it eventually.
And as the smokes fade, that's when they swing top middle. And it's actually a good timing. Netic is going to be under some pressure. That's a monster grenade, though, for nearly 100 damage. And FlyQuest are happy to give up mid.
I'll concede that space now here. So much on-node damage right there onto that hero rifle in the mix. Which is already some early value. Kind of preparing themselves for a boost up in towards window. Idea of that still in control, but there is no smoke to scale up catwalk if that is their end goal. You know, top of connector is going to be a vulnerability here that esenthial is looking to patch up right now. Is the A main aggression rolling out here from the CT side? Some vulnerabilities in the position right now.
Yeah, Netic isolated here in jungle, and he feels the pressure coming. 30 seconds, and he can just go to a much more defensible position like CT spawn. Gonna try and stop the cross, and there it is. They're into jungle, but you've also got players here in A main. Vexite still so focused on Palace that they've actually crossed into the site without a single piece of utility. That's where JKS steps up, though, with the quick double. Probably not ready here for Vexite, though. Playing Joker. It's not sharp on the shot, but it gets him off the bomb. He gets the second kill as well. Help there from Netic.
You can't save.
And that's not great here for Alex. You probably wanted to go down with the rest of your team.
Yeah, I mean, he was hoping that that bomb play could come through, then he's cutting off rotates, but as his teammates fall to that A-main aggression, leaves him holding on to a Deagle and the backup of no head Kevlar. Not all that valuable here, but easy to upgrade. Mac 10 into play. Still, though, FlyQuest coming through with some good reactions. When they do take mid control, when they give it over, they're able to react by taking that main space. FlyQuest had their flow chart all in order, and JKS is still landing multi-kills here on Mirage.
He's hitting spray transfers here.
Off spawn A call.
Stepping into the smoke, and the taps from Kinzasaur no good. JKS is undefeatable here on the A site.
Hey, Mr. Jungle Smoke, it feel like it bounced back at them right there into A main. So there's no jungle smoke in this execute. And these smokes are now soon to fade here. They have made no ground into this round whatsoever. And have to play now from plan B without their execution utility. There is a molly, there's a smoke left in play. Single flashbang, that's it. But Bait, their plan's foiled early.
Why do I feel like they do their best work without utility like that? A straight head-to-head versus JKS. And a 4 versus 4 ensues. Swing there from Netic, nearly loses his head as well to the AK.
Still a player on the site proper right now. Also have an underpass lurk here. Time a little bit limited in terms of continuing this slow pace. But if Hetrick can get anything going on this lurk here, can try and get these players scaled out through A. Still a commitment. They've given over the entirety of this B site. Regali joining forces on this A side.
Oh yeah, Ticket needs a fast shot. On the swing, he misses. They get out towards Tetris. It puts pressure here onto Vexite. Good flashbang though from Regali. Doesn't look a shot, but oh my goodness. Alex on the kill. Vexite with the trade though. And now flying up everywhere. The multi-kill, is it enough? The lurk activates here from Hetrick and the bomb thrown, but they lost the kill. There is no time though. Regali did take down Alex, the man meant to pick up the bomb, and just barely. FlyQuest will eke out that round.
They scrape by here. As you said, they do their best work when they have to rely on that accuracy. And they almost get through that round despite the early difficulties, despite the quick shutdown coming through from JKS. Again, utility not landing as they would have hoped, not able to get through that smoke whatsoever, but Opportunities on the re-exec. All shut down here by that op shot alone. Another gun round, more pressure towards middle. That's a reaction right now. The Eagles in play here. Nedic in their face. MPL wants to push the smoke though.
And just as they walk out middle on the good timing, there's just one kill, a decent amount of damage from Nedic. But in return, the A1 is handed over to MPL.
It does feel like everyone's spotted right now. You can see as a reaction, Vexite pressing through the apartment side, containing that space. Mission accomplished here for recovery of lost ground towards middle.
Yeah, and that left side as well, in this kitchen position, is going to be unanticipated. Especially with no utility. They're not even going to challenge it. They're heading back to A.
Yeah, I think that's impossible to battle back for here. But again, that deep positioning in apartments is, of course, going to lead to a three-man lean over towards that A side.
Not focused on A main, though, right now for Regali. Now he picks up that mantle. Standing exposed to Palace. Esenthial walking up, but it's going to be the swing preemptively. Jiggle peaks, and the shot, this time connected for Regali, launching flashbangs now for JKS, the swing off of, but it's no good on the shot. Regali needs another, and
Oh my God.
It's another Deagle headshot, though, for the side up bait. Esenthial breaks open the site. We do have ins here inside a spawn. It's a good molly to stop most of the plant spots, but not all of them. An extra nade off the fake. And what do you do here if you are FlyQuest? It's Vexite advancing on another Deagle headshot for the side of Esenthial. One Deag after one Deag. Right now for the guy on 25 HP. Vexite will make this clutch potentially happen though. Jiggle peek. He gets another! Esenthial single-handedly breaks through the round on 25 HP.
That is just disgusting right there. Goes down to low health early. Still manages to connect 3 Deagle shots that crack open that A-bomb site despite the stacking presence. This is where he takes the majority of that damage right there in the trade attempt. But still able to fight through all that adversity. And flashbang not connecting on the follow-up utility. JKS waited for that second flashbang to pop, but somehow not connecting on a head trick as well. That's that setup that Regali and JKS have been connecting on here.
It's Hetrick who turned the flashbang fast. He saw it coming, was ready for it. And some missed duels here for FlyQuest. Will that cost them? This is a chance for Bait to cash out on Esenthial's heroics, and Alex running up through the apartments finds the opening kill on the ins. Is he gonna respect this smoke? Well, it's shallow. Yeah, and Alex gets a lot of room to run, even in the 4v5. FlyQuest so compressed.
I mean, he's at least causing so much attention, not only with that opening duel, victorious, but still stomping his feet and clapping his hands here in apartments. Trying to react now is FlyQuest here, the next step. A little bit of aggression here, leaded off by Regali. Been playing passive and ticket right now, but gonna step forward into a deep A main duel, and JKS with the responsibility of holding off this mid control as the cat smoke rolls in. Still a duo setup.
No footsteps made though, so JKS unlikely to spam it. He's gonna walk through it. Taking a page out of Bait's book, and he gets punished. But still, there's 2 players here on the B site. Bomb still in the hands of Head Trick, and he will find the kill onto Nedic. Not sure where to look. There was a chance still for FlyQuest, but only 2 kills on the side hold.
Yeah, going for some risk taking right there for FlyQuest is something that's necessary in that 4v5, but enough damage done there to already establish a foothold. Land those trades effectively, as you can see. Nasty opening pick there from Alex.
Yeah.
That's the value. I think this is what makes Bait so scary, is that their extremity players aren't active enough. They take enough risk to actually land some opening duels here on Mirage.
Yeah.
And when that happens, it just kind of breaks down whatever game plan that CT side had. Never really get to activate on it.
It's this dual-focused Counter-Strike. Bait will do anything to fight you. If you hand them a 1v1, they're like, oh, sure. That's part of our game plan. I mean, you could see just the quality in the mechanics, right? Of all these individuals. Alex hit a perfect head-to-head. Esenthial with all 3 of those 1D. You give him 3 fights, he's like, sure, dude. That's a player. And they will, if they know where you are, they're going to try and fight. FlyQuest a little bit slow out of spawn here on whether or not to force buy, but for Regally's AWP, the answer is yes. And
Last day play. They are going to call it off spawn again. No secret about this. Mid utility tossed in as a protocol, but we know which way this is going.
JKS, back a triple. Will he be mollied out? He'll play on the edge of it. He'll deliver 1. A dink, but not the kills. 3 versus 4. Smoke spam, no good. Nade is excellent, though. At least onto head trick, but again, still this disadvantage in MPL also walking up to the CT smoke. Regali does find a kill on Alex, though. Is he ready for the close angle? Footsteps made there by MPL, walking on other sides of the triple box, and it's going to be MPL who does find the kill.
Thought he heard him, but I guess didn't register.
Is it still on, is the question. Regali not going for off-wall bangs. And it's another concession as Bait going to continue to extend this lead.
Yeah, I mean, it is so challenging to hold off against those spawn calls. You can see what JKS is up against in that round. Just feels impossible to get out of right there, and some damage done on his backside. I think he's dead to bomb. There in MPL. He will fall, but no big concerns right there. Spate are still able to take initiative. Break through that counter utility. Sure, they have to sacrifice some health, but they will run through a molly if it means they can land a trade and find their security on the site. They are not concerned about that factor. They played those pose plants without giving over any late round peaks. No real ways in for that FlyQuest side to break through and disrupt those crossfires. They play the pose plants incredibly well.
So Urcast here to call a timeout for FlyQuest. A lot of their rounds are close. A lot of their setups are fine. They're not necessarily out of position in a lot of these situations, but Bait's individuals are quality. This is the gameplay we typically expect from them. And sometimes you can just shoot your way out of a lot of situations, as we've seen.
They sure know how to do that. Time and time again, able to find their way through some difficult situations there, breaking past the lack of utility that they've had early on in this half now. With full belts, availability on the executes, and maybe some extras. And Control trying to be poked and prodded here. Regali has looked for some access through middle, but not oftentimes given the duels here. Is instead posted up here on B for that isolated fight.
And so
this is going to go up catwalk right now here. Smokes are in.
he's already
flying into cat.
And Vexite delivers 1, but not the double. Quick trades here from Bait, simplifying the situation. That puts pressure here onto Regali. Does deliver 1 onto the dualies, though. And that's where Esenthial does deliver over top of the smoke, and Esenthial got another. Inns does trade, leaving Headtrick in the clutch, and Inns is doing it all. Leading by example here for FlyQuest after a litany of round from Bait. FlyQuest will at least pull it back to closing distance 7-5. And it is 7-5 between Bait and FlyQuest. FlyQuest had a decent lead going into that, but 3 Deagle headshots from esenthial turned the whole game on its head. Can FlyQuest keep their momentum that they just lost?
Has to try and do it on the T side. Again, this is where Bait like to press the issue. They don't like to let you get your setups going. Your executes off. They were going to punish you before that even happens. But for now, it's just going to be a retake setup. This is going to be one of the more comfortable rounds that FlyQuest will have at their disposal. If they can get past Alex here playing retake in CT.
I feel like he's going to pop 2 shots off and hit 2 headshots. Oh, it's MPL instead. It's Alex the next. And they don't get out of Palace safely. They jump right into 2 headshots. They don't even plant the bomb yet. I mean, that's the most important thing of this pistol. You can lose it, but you've got to get that bomb plant. And there's 4 players already swarming the site. There is no planting this bomb. It is a fight for FlyQuest lives. Vexite at least battles back, though. And Inns, can he get another? Yes, he can! It's 5 kills consecutive for FlyQuest. All courtesy of Vexite coming up late on the play.
Ooh, great bailout option right there. Being able to isolate that fight towards jungle and provide a little bit of security. Again, Bait are going to press the issue. They're going to run you down. And they try to do so, but the availability of this play to move towards jungle because of Vexite security and the quick headshots that come through from him and ends.
And it's all about shooting. And Vexite gets regali screaming right there, going, holy. As FlyQuest needed that, but here's a force buy back. This is where you could trip and fall. This is where everything can go wrong. And MPL approaching, and it's going to be off the quick trade, though.
You got to move. It's going to lead to a B-side stack right there. Their small window of opportunity of an empty B bomb site. It's still there.
Wow.
But they're not moving. They think that watching it execute is going to lead to the rotates.
FlyQuest are thinking exactly what you're thinking. Like, oh my goodness, they saw the whole team in apps. They're going to rotate everybody. Bait are still an A main.
Man, what a bold call right there.
It's going to pay off.
And a missed window smoke. Shouldn't be too costly with no one residing in window at the moment. And, you know, given the current setup right now, it does feel like this is going to go up catwalk. It's still going to be a B-side finish. Recycled smoke and top con smoke means that they can still head in that direction. And they'll still be right with the call.
Yeah, there's still no one here. And once you have the catwalk pressure, should be good enough as flashbangs into B. And head trick, do you have a miracle? Anything? He gets like a literal like 10th of a second to hit the headshot on the timing, but nothing gives. Bomb plant. Are Bait gonna go for this? It looks they are.
Got a flank coming through as well for Kinzasaur. Time is dwindling quickly. They got to get out of market.
Reload Vexite, trying to watch the apartments, but only sort of now sees the player. Now they start to get cut down. 157 delivers, but Vexite keeping it up here with the MAC-10. Strong double kill to repel the force buy, and it is FlyQuest who are battling back.
Now, FlyQuest pretty happy with the fact that they actually attempted that one, able to take care of every last kill right there. Limit the force buys that they're going to have to be playing up against in the next round. Still going to give a little bite with pistol upgrades likely, but this is a good reaction from FlyQuest. You know, maybe don't rush into things here too much. As they did have an open B bomb site. They still take their end goal of that B site, but just do it a little differently here. 5 Deagles in play. Or Bait.
As Bait do.
Yeah, that makes sense. As from what we've already seen, it was the catalyst for that first half of run. Esenthial's Deagle, 3K.
Utility does not matter for this team. The weaponry does.
Gonna go clear out top of middle. Well, you do have a weak B side. If you can at least take that space towards middle, it can help out with extra rotates. Or at least quicker rotates. Or maybe even a flank, if you want to. Because they activate pretty quickly, but that's Esenthial taken down just as fast.
Yeah, no more Deagle highlights for this guy. Chain flashes. Regali even going back to clear TV. Doesn't matter as Kinzasaur flattens him. That should be an AK to save. Is there anything more?
So deadly, man. Turning the corner with a Deagle like that and getting instantly dismissed. Not a bad save.
That's the
of this rifle.
formula. Just hit the headshots.
Yeah, you do want to see Kinzazor get a little bit more confident here as well. That's going to be something
Oh
to aim
my
for.
god.
He's getting aim punched right there. Still lands the headshot.
MPL. Come on, everyone can get a deagle headshot in this round, right? Who is Juan, and why does he dig?
Oh,
MPL, no armor. Easy goes down.
and a high value save of that AK. T-side molly, of course, is nice as well. AWP in the mix for the first gun round on the CT side. Hetrick bringing that out. But FlyQuest ripping a lead away here. Able to capture some control in this T side. Now it is about coming through here and being able to read this aggressive defense from Bait. Can they prepare themselves for how forward they're going to face?
Looking in towards bottom con. It'll just be a typical CT smoke, though. Don't think there's going to be any aggressive mid-pressure. Or is there? I see Hetrick gliding over to Cat right now.
What's the game plan here? You're just going to post up on chair? This is a lot of resources ready to crunch in on middle. We'll see if that's the goal, but for now, a passive stance. Not a lot of forward pressure. How does FlyQuest handle this? Recycled smoke going in towards window. You also have ins who can throw that top connector smoke. So hinting at the idea that this is a cat play. They do have some extremity players that can allow them to reroute, though.
Might not just be hinting, but with ins actually taking the connector control. Possibility. Kenzazor pops up and I think reveals himself as regali hits the flick. Kenzazor down, 4v5, but 30 seconds, and the trade comes back in.
And work through A, though. This is a weakened up bomb site.
Are they going to clear MPL, though? They know one's in jungle. Where's the other? It's MPL Jungle Peaks. Regali is dead. Maybe so is Netic. Unscoped, though, and Regali does get him. That is bomb on the ground, though. As Alex fighting for it. Backside jumps across as well. Alex full blind, but he still gets the kill. Regali does turn it back, but Regali needs to plant the bomb. Molly into jungle. He picks it up. He goes. And they're running past him, but he gets the plant. He's covered by JKS and Regali, and JKS can win this round. Hetrick here from spawn has been heard, and FlyQuest has somehow pulled off this round.
Oh my god. Oh, the adversity that Regali had to climb through to get that bomb planted. Hetrick is giving this one up. FlyQuest in the chaos are able to consume Bait. And Hetrick has to bail out of this round. Almost a chance right there. That last second adjustment. JKS providing protection as they toss themselves through the fire. But it's just enough to move them up to 9. Win another gun round here.
I guess FlyQuest can relax. With less than a second to spare on the bomb plant, having to strafe behind triple to avoid these advancing players, and the coverage from JKS absolutely necessary. Might have stayed focused on his post over at CT spawn. That could have been the risk. But the risk taken from JKS, and Regali with the triple on this one too.
It's shotgun offing all the way through this round. It's close range, uncomfortable duels for him every step of the way. How he manages to look so composed up against a team as sharp as Bait. Oh, it's some good damage early. Hetrick trying to get some motion through connector. Gonna get denied some early access. And this is setting up to be a quicker A play here. Drawing out that attention with this mid utility. Keeping eyeballs turned their way. And then queuing up for the execute on towards this A site. You're going to still keep a lurk about in towards middle. Maybe lurking through underpass here, but no rush on this play here from FlyQuest. You can see, for now, hands off keyboard before they set this execute up.
It's a B lean right now, and I think Ins? What is he doing here in the B apartments? What's the goal?
I mean, this is a full exec here on the A side.
I think he might be focusing on strafing out late from the apartments as they are onto the site. And Vexite
Oh,
close.
he can play a late flank.
So you have Int, and he does deliver. He gets the kill onto esenthial, and now he can activate in through Market. He's distracted Hetrick. That's the Opper off the A site. They're going back to B, though, and there's a push from the underpass for Kensazor. He's already in the TV room. Will they be knife out? Vexite, this kill, it's cool, but it's all down to Kensazor, who goes down to Netic. Instant entry. Int has the B site. Vexite has the A site. Where do Bait go?
Oh boy, they're stuck in the middle right now. No answers. Again, a chaotic round. FlyQuest looking like they were overthinking it big time. And that has been a problem for them. It's been these late round decisions that can cost this team. But right now, they're finding the kills. They're finding the round disruptors. And are able to break through the sludge that was that decision to route it back towards B. That felt like just a classic FlyQuest round where they have a site, they just are thinking a little bit too much, and then Netic just bails them out with that kill onto Kensazor.
I mean, you know, you can overthink it, but now, this time, FlyQuest have the fraggers to do it. Obviously, Netic 8 and 13, but we know how good he is. A missed shot from Hetrick. They're going to lose everything. This is FlyQuest potentially eliminating Bait from IEM Cologne. All the guns gone, and back to square one for Bait.
They are just having the shots to back it up here. They have the shots to offer up this retreat. Netic, a big factor in that mix. A challenging pick-off here. A tough decision. Ends calling the troops back over. Such a risky situation there with limited time and the risk of bomb dropping. Oh, man. Oh, man.
It feels like
Those eyes are wide.
Esenthial's tournament life might be running out. I mean, he was watching his teammates' perspective, and that happened too.
Watching those kills that could guarantee rounds right there fall flat. Kills that they never miss here. Now he's down to half. Trying to chase down with the jump spots. Regali gets some free chip damage. Just have the price of revealing that AWP location.
It's a full force by, I mean, not a full force, but at least Hetrick had 50,
all in, yeah.
Yeah, he had 5,200 at the start of the round. He's going to buy an op and attempt.
And unfortunately,
single-handedly.
it just hasn't been landing for Hetrick either, right?
Yeah,
I mean, this is going to have to be a round that can turn that story, but we saw last round, freebie shots just not connecting. And he's got to be the hero? Concerned for that mix, but either way,
He's coming back to
it's a good
cap
round here. It's a good read.
on a good timing.
See him get a little bit of motion up the catwalk right now.
Netic. Not towards chair. It's glass off, remember that. But the walkout from window not being covered as he drops down. Kensazor gets two. Hetrick looking for the kill in middle as
my
Alex
God.
converts his off the 5-7. And Bait win around, they usually do. Off these pistols, or do they? Regali still in the round with the bomb on his back. Over towards the A site. Obviously, Hetrick still posted right now, but Netic dropping down into connector. He's being watched. And Hetrick, it's not, he misses. It's MPL all the way with 10 seconds left. Regali doesn't want to give anything more over. And it is Bait to steal this. And everything else. As they're going to pick up more AWPs, or probably just another AK. As Bait on 5-7s. Name a better duo.
Oh, the MP9's flying through the window right there. I mean, expect a little bit of respect rolling through, but Kensazor, again, having a bit of a tough game here for himself. But still, he's never wavering in his confidence in the aggression here. He's going to make some plays like that no matter what his scoreline is. Had 4 kills before diving through the window and going all in.
Nothing seen crossing over to connector is interesting information. And this round, Bait are going to bring in a mid-collapse where no one is home. Hearing all of this presence, Regali thinking of advancing.
Ooh, give
He's
him the
posted
door
up, top stairs. This would be inevitable doom for MPL.
Oh,
But Jiggle peaks it proper.
able to survive the AWP there. Sliver of an opportunity given to Regali for the opening.
Kensazor just
loud flying through window again.
Oh my goodness.
Spotted him.
Do they want to boost up, or do they just want to use the util? Well, anyways, Kensazor just re-swings anyways. Netic now under pressure.
Oh, wait.
Kensazor drops out a window for the second time and gets another double.
They're getting no respect here. This is
already
exactly
up
what Bait
underpass.
need to do to win this one.
He's just going to try and lock it up all on his own. Regali has no idea. Hello there. Kentazor with 3. Reloads and gets away.
This was the guy that was pushing up middle every round on Dust2, finding opening picks on their CT side, pushing into underpass, making sure that FlyQuest cannot get away with anything in the late round. And he's doing it again. Sure, slow start to this map, slow start to this half.
He's back.
He's showing no respect. This time, it's a punish, but it's already too late. Round's 1. He's done his job. He goes down in the end, but he goes down swinging. And Bait are revived. They're revitalized.
Just by this one guy. I mean, we saw even on Dust2, sometimes he'd mess it up, but he'd just laugh it off. This guy's mental unshakable. While we've seen other players on Bait, head in hands, literally. Kentazor from basically the bottom of the board has decided to wake up in these last 2 rounds and keep Bait in IEM Cologne.
I mean, the last 2 rounds have given him more kills than his whole map so far before it. 4 kills up until the point of which he jumped out window the first time. And then now 5 since.
How he pulls that off back to back is unthinkable.
It's just not something FlyQuest would ever expect here at this level, especially when you're looming. The elimination is just hanging over your head right now for Bait. That's the reality that Kenzor's making these plays in, is that if no one is going to make these big moves, if they're going to allow FlyQuest to take map control and get these late executes, have Vexite on a late lurk, and pluck us apart, if no one's going to be able to stop that here, I've got to be the one. Now back-to-back rounds, he has determined this game here for Bait.
There's big potential with FlyQuest and JKS, but they gotta beat teams like Bait if they want to try and rise up to the top. And this is their chance to do so. Pivotal moment, money low for FlyQuest.
Flying through middle here now. G trying to blow open some smoke here. Another one tossed in, but a recycled smoke towards connector going to keep them delayed. They've shown some early fight towards A main, but they haven't really made it through early. FlyQuest have hinted at this idea. They have been patient. In doing so, they're going to have to wait out another smoke. Still committed to this mid-hold.
Decent lean over towards the A site. As you have 1 ticket and 1 battling inside the site itself. This connector split will not be easy. Hetrick potentially first at bat. Who will activate first for FlyQuest? It will be in towards A main. Regali does convert the kill, but it's an NPL double. Deals with 1 prong of the approach all by himself. And JKS taking flak here inside a palace, in need of a miracle, but meets MPL instead. Regali to save. We are both at 10s.
Man, FlyQuest running out of steam, able to land a quick trade on the op of Hetrick. But MPL completely shuts that play down. 3 kills, dealing with the mid-prong pretty much by himself right there. That late lurk that FlyQuest waited so long for it to activate gets absolutely nothing. They even toss in a jungle smoke trying to allow for that connector split to come through a little bit more effectively. And you think that's going to draw out the attention as those A main smokes come through, but MPL keeps his focus sharp. And that's how he does it right there. Are you kidding me? Oh, man.
Nothing much to do about that for FlyQuest. MPL has decided to start beasting here. And it is just a saved AWP. Boost up for Regali to catch a con peak. That, by the way, Bait have just never gone for. Bait only fought for mid control maybe once on this entire CT side, but mostly have just picked their feet up. Smoke bottom con a bunch, and Kentazor jumps out window to win them 2 of their rounds.
Yeah, that's been the kind of protocol here for the defense on middle. Recycle that utility for bottom connector, give mid control.
At the moment, He actually gets into ladder unscathed.
He's looking for some duels here. Nedic might have a chance to punish with the deagle.
They seem prepared.
Hands off the keyboard for now.
As regali does scope up. Player top connector. Alex cannot cross.
Hetrick.
Hetrick about to do it. regali gets the kill. And now Kensazor trying to activate from the window. He takes a dink down to 13, and he can't escape this corner. The jumping Glock is trying to find him here, and it's regali instead who gets him off the wall bang. That is a gun for retrieval for Inns. Trying to get into window, though, would be a mistake. Alex on the hold. 30 seconds. Inns will activate and die. MPL, though, spamming the smoke. JKS walking through, and he gets him as he runs out of ammo. That's the B side open.
It's open for a short window right now, but it's being closed. Esenthial makes it all in play, diving into the mix and not allowing for them to plant their feet just yet. JKS caught jumping in the wide open. Bomb has to late scale through apartments. Time running low, 10 seconds left.
Hold on. But Nedic is able to jump out the window. But the time is running low, and regali gets the entry. Alex out on the site. He gets the first, and regali saves the round with 2 seconds remaining. It's the pistol eco for FlyQuest, all off regali's AWP.
The shotgun opping comes out again here. These close range, uncomfortable duels for regali. Constantly being won out here, showing that X factor, showing that star power. Making it happen here. When they're running out of time. There was no time for the plant here. Had to be the connections here from regali. He finds the last 2 kills, 4 in total.
And the most animated you've seen FlyQuest in this one. They don't even know how they won the round. I don't know how they won the round. regali just hit all the off shots he was given. The Romanian and an Australian team.
Oh, full unit. They still have more to do to close this map. And Bait aren't too interested in letting off the gas here. It's going to be a flank called out early from Alex. Going to miss the timing, though, on a potential freebie. I missed the timing on this beast.
Going out B. Kensazor, everyone's knife out. Everyone has to stray back into the site. They're fully blind, but Kensazor still delivers the first kill. Nedic, though. And Nedic on the second. It's MPL, though. He jumps through. He needs the double to keep Bait in Cologne. He needs to hold this B site. Strafing around the backside, waiting for support. He does get head trick, and it's regali to hit another op shot. MPL falls. B site lost, but Bomb is out towards bench. They have to cross through head trick's line. And a flashbang that is available to do it. Head trick gets fully blinded by it. And that allows the line to be taken by regali. He's going to walk forward. Head trick, scoped up, leaves the angle, and right out for regali, but he baits the off shot anyways. It's a head trick who gets the kill and it ends, and oh no. That's how it goes, 11-11.
Oh my god. Finally a missed op shot close range for regali, and the chaos right there. Gets double swung. There's also a missed molly for that empty pillar right there. They end up costing him so much. The double swing to close out. regali can't show up with the heroics this time. You got to think of where that leaves FlyQuest now. What sort of situation are they in heading in to the 23rd round here? regali able to afford an AK, but not the AWP he's been firing down range with.
And that's what gave it up. I mean, they even had the confidence in knowing where both players were, too. But the knife out jiggle peek.
That was bizarre.
I mean, it's a decision, surely, but if he had the op out, you have to think he gets the kill.
He can win that head-to-head outright. With Hetrick playing so close, I think he was expecting to be falling back in towards market, something of that nature, but just missed opportunity right there. Now fast B play, smoke for the molly, they're all in.
It's a B hit, and the nade utility. Vexite doesn't even get to fight, and it's a mow-down on B. FlyQuest have lost the juice. It is Bait to take map point on Mirage.
Oh man, B rush right there, rolling into a stack, and that utility damage not only does so much, but it forces them to slow down into mollies. They can't make it out the window to take space. It's just instant disruption on the execute right there from Bait. And that might just be how we get a map 3 here. Now we've seen crazy things already, but it is a force buy. Another one to try and close this one out. Regali on a Galil ump in the mix. And we haven't seen too much disruption here from Bait.
Oh, Hetrick misses. JKS activating, but sees 2 players. And that's a big utility set that was also just lost. I think they were trying to go for a connector split to A, but down goes the Palace player.
Gonna pull this pin off of desperation.
Here we go. And MPL swinging, giving him a chance or taking it away from them. MPL another back turn, the double.
Oh my
And
God.
the map is ending as MPL with 3. And FlyQuest had the chance to 2-0, had the 2v2 on the B site to break them. But instead, it falls here. Bait will push this one to Inferno by the skin of their teeth. It didn't feel like they could do it. But some hiccups towards the end from FlyQuest and some incredible shooting from Kensazor get them back in the game, and they take their map pick.
Yeah, I mean, I highlighted him that they would continue to try and lean on that here to start off on the CT side to close out this decider.
Yeah, see what, comfort probably the best thing that FlyQuest can look for, as after this map, one of these teams is going home early from IEM Cologne. Will it be JKS's debut completely spoiled, or the potential that we saw in Austin gone to waste between Bait and FlyQuest as we are pushing off, and indeed FlyQuest do start CT.
I feel like, especially, I mean, obviously this would be kind of a last place exit for one of these 2 teams, but the challenging bracket that both of these rosters have had to face up against is also present.
JKS in the middle. Dooley starting to rattle off, but not the second headshot. A lot of damage, a lot of body shots. And that puts it onto Inns, who brings one down low, and Regali does take out the tail end, which was the bomb. Kensazor, he's low in middle. Just one bullet will do, but it's not quite connecting. Inns still in the apartment. He doesn't get it either. And missed shots from FlyQuest are going to cost them this pistol. Vexite already here, but now needing headshots. As these angles on the A side, so difficult, and Hetrick just chases down the play. FlyQuest had a chance, but it slips through their fingers.
That's a frustrating one right there. One bullet connected could have been the difference, but no body shots even landing right there towards the talent. Crossfire looking incredibly well versed, and the shots do remain sharp at the very get-go, but just a frustrating round to let slip right there towards the talent. You can see it.
Force buyback. FlyQuest are one of those teams that can make it interesting, and they have. I mean, it's how they turned around Dust2. Down 9-4. They were able to bring it back with 5-7s and MP9s. And we're back again. It's 4 players, top of B. And Kensazor singeing a bit in the molly, lures them forward.
Dump.
It's taking a lot of damage here onto Hetrick. Jumping MP9, not as good as it once was, but standing still works for Regali. It'll be the opening pick.
They do show a lot of force here. You wonder if that's going to speed up Bait much towards this A side. Comes a question of if they can beat him to the punch or not, and I think FlyQuest's going to be able to rotate in time.
Yeah, you're going to see JKS dive into the A side itself. A great flashbang as well, in towards short. Inns capitalizes. JKS on the off angle too, and it's Alex caught in it. It's JKS with another. It's the round win for FlyQuest. JKS stepping up.
Yeah, that collapse right there incredibly quick. FlyQuest not sticking around on that B side for too long. The reaction comes through a little bit too late, and just one extra flashbang coming through right there. Inns able to capitalize with a quick kill and staying alive, drawing out more attention in the pit side is just perfection.
Let's go!
And that's the step up they need. JKS. I mean, honestly, going to be a defining player here for FlyQuest. There are high expectations that this team can actually turn around and, stop being, bottom of the groups here and actually really contend versus some of the top teams.
Absolutely. That's the end goal here right now. That's what this player can elevate this team to. And capitalizing on it right there with the 5-7s, giving them some leverage into this map already. But this is going to be explosive. Poppy play. Lining up here. Molly going to delay, though.
And excellent nade damage as well. Kenzazor completely neutralized at this point. Spam, though, for Ins. Reloading in the pocket. JKS, though, stepping up towards lane again. There's another double. Now to the 5-7. And he gets the third through the smoke. It will be Regali to finish off that frag. And this little uprising is going nowhere for the side of Bait. Esenthial's made it into spawn, being watched for by Netic. And all 5 stay standing for FlyQuest.
I mean, that's what the looks of Dust2 kind of brought to, FlyQuest right there. It's that delay utility right there. It's not allowing for them to get explosive on these executions. And as you can see, JKS just sliding around these smokes perfectly for the multi-kill again. And already, I mean, that's an execution that was disrupted by HEs and mollies on their first volley. That's why FlyQuest wanted to start off on the CT side. They get that opportunity here, and they're all ready to lift off.
This is one thing that you weren't really able to say too much about FlyQuest, but these force buys have been dangerous throughout this entire series. It shows that they really can hit some difficult shots in disadvantaged situations and actually have that X factor, and all delivered there by JKS.
Yeah, I mean, multi-kills on those rounds. Seen some great connections coming through. Players like Vexite and Netic as well. It's also looking sharp.
Oh, okay.
Killing all these kills. Farming up a little bit of economy right there for his op that is almost certainly going to get purchased in the next round.
He can use them all. Any weapon is for Regali. That third shot's very sharp as well, having basically to spray transfer at that point too. And yeah, you are right, Cole. Here is AWP, but Netic stays on the MAC-10.
3 players starting over towards that B set, including Netic.
MAC-10 has jumping accuracy. The MP9 doesn't, so not blaming him. He's not starting over there, though. It's because it's Ins who got picked through the mid-smoke by MPL.
That's a difficult start right there. His aggression shut down already. Missed op shot to try and counter it as well from Regali. Equalize the playing field. Some good utility damage done on Banana, but here's a little bit of faith they place in their opper. FlyQuest still stacking up this B side of the map.
Are they going to collapse middle? If so, it's into 3 players. Netic stays on the MAC-10 as well.
Yeah, not a big need to collapse just yet. You still have the stack up. The utility going to start to disrupt them.
Netic gets into Boiler. Big position to find. Vexite as well activates, but it's not sharp on the shot. JKS versus 4 on A. First is good, but not the second. Could have turned the round back to FlyQuest, but not meant to be. Regali's going to be saving this op. And it is Bait to break through.
Not able to find the multi-kills this time required. Regali going to hang on to his AWP. And that early damage right there. MPL just plucking one out straight through the smoke. Offers up a huge opening duel.
They were going to like full send it down Banana if MPL didn't find that kill. Because that bottom mid smoke keeps them locked behind it. And that's where you can catch a couple of these players. Yeah, that's just straight up smoke spam. That's not even like a smoke break. Yeah, nothing of that.
I mean, such a good start. Also, you're kind of realizing the resistance on Banana early on with the multiple HEs, the 3-man lean that FlyQuest had early. So, especially when you get that opening duel, that's going to largely open up your eyes towards the A side a lot more. A big pickup gifted straight through the early util. The way the Bait lift off here for their first gun round. Who's rocking the heroic graffitis on Bait?
I have a feeling it's a bit of BM from their previous matchup, but I'm not gonna say anything about that. Regali. Oh, that would have been an incredible shot. That would have gotten me out of my chair, but still standing at 5s at the moment.
Deep apartments control here. That deep smoke also retake utility for Banana, and there's some players to stand behind it as well. Oh, it's a nasty HE that lands on Anetic early. And they want to poke through this one. Regali still fighting for this mid control. Doesn't spot anything. I mean, that really should be a good warning sign as to where a large part of these players are. When you had that apartments control at one point, don't spot anything. That's why you see this third rotate rolling back over towards this B bomb site.
And Vexite has a flashbang. Doesn't see anyone, but they're all behind the half wall, and now he gets the info. It's 3 players inside of the spawn. Smoke deployed at 40.
Still more counter utility as well here on the B side. Another smoke for Netic still in play, which is going to delay further.
That all but ensures that they can't go B.
Yeah, and you can already see this is a realization that is hitting bait. Have to lean it back in towards this A side of the map, and there's only 2 defenders here, but Regali's forward in brackets.
Yep. Here on the line, but gets hit by the flashbang, and they arrive! It's the first flick, it's strong, but now it's all down to Inns. Around JKS inside a pit, Inns trying to help out from Library, but it's not enough. He gets taken out, and that is the round. It was that third rotate there from Inns over to B with seconds on the clock.
Yeah, I just couldn't make it in time right there. And another exit kill coming through from Headtrick. The round already confirmed, but Netic still gives it a swing. And Bait are going to quickly bounce back into the mix. Don't stay down for long. Good calls coming through in the late round for Bait. Throwing in a full execute on that B bomb site. And one good flashbang. If Regali's able to get multiple shots up there, you think that is a done deal. Between, again, the connection that Regali and JKS have already shown us so far, that sets that round up for success. That's a player, or 2 players rather, that you can trust to deliver on that A side, but the disruption utility with what little Bait had left, still good enough to break through.
Yeah, it's Regali being full blind and unable to reposition inside of the site itself. If the opposite is the case, you have a pit site crossfire with the AWP taking first contact as well, and everything should be going right there.
Yeah, probably able to cover off JKS's balcony as well. You can see where his aim was focused up on, and that just allows for easy trades on into the site. FlyQuest using their first time out. Not happy with a couple rounds in a row for Bait, especially with the way that they played out here. They dictated the pace. They're able to delay these rounds out until the very last seconds, which is so promising. Now you just have to be able to deliver on the crossfire, the positioning of these late rounds.
Like, the utility play there from FlyQuest was perfect until Inns left to rotate towards that B site. Obviously, with Regali holding onto mid-bracket, you can easily rotate. You think, okay, it's so clear. But the last second execute is what caught FlyQuest off guard. And Regali, a little bit of movement error while blind. So, 3-all, another buy back for FlyQuest. It's Netic sacrificing everything to get Regali on an op.
And again, it's just this duo left standing on this A side early on.
Flashbang lobbed in, and Regali's not going to make the same mistake. Now this time, though, JKS in the apartment's putting on pressure. Regali up towards lane, gets the first on the Kensazor, backs away, but JKS is out of bullets. He needs to pull a reload and quick, and he self-nades. And so he takes a bit of damage, calls the rest of the team over, all 5 players for FlyQuest here on the A site.
Yeah, Molly's delayed him as well. Bait are stuck at a standstill here. Smoke to bail them out. Opportunities to reroute this round. The re-aggression coming through from FlyQuest now through the brackets.
It's not Headtrick holding this. It's MPL, but maybe just as good as an op. Instud. Regali does get back on the line. Now underneath some pressure. It's Netic who falls. And one by one, FlyQuest are dropping back into the standard A-site setup. Regali, same line, but this time destroyed. It's gotta be JKS from the pit. He almost does it. There's a double, but Vexite out of the picture in a 1v2. Is this possible?
Definitely is, but there's already a player close by. MPL all ready to disrupt this retake.
You ready for it? It's Vexite, but he can't get the headshot. There will be no clutch effort. FlyQuest lose everything, even though JKS gives them a chance.
Big time opening duel right there. Brought to you by regali as well. Shuts down the execution. They get their rotates in order in time, but get a little bit jumpy there in the late round. As they all rotate over towards that A side, I think there's some fear that maybe there's some lurking presence on the B side of the map. So they get a little bit shaky, a little bit aggressive, trying to retake control of that bracket side. Missed Molly. Might allow for some continued aggression. You still have this. Your rifle brought by
Battering A site right now. Just one smoke, no flashes. They take top mid for free.
This feels like they know the tendencies right now. And again, question mark there. Wide open JKS and things close by that's not going to be able to offer up the resistance here with just a USP. Damage being done, sure, but rifle from backside has to be saved now again.
And you can see the impact on the scoreboard for JKS. Basically responsible for these round wins for FlyQuest. But Bait just powering through at the moment, even through the site stacks, even through the individual duels. And critically, at this juncture, we're seeing a slow game out of the usual superstar, Netic. The guy whose mechanics are touted as some of the best in OZE.
I still think that, I mean, with how many times we've seen Bait just challenge this A side early on these gun rounds, he's having to play a little bit of the rotate strike. Try and get back into the mix. And getting plucked out before he can really establish. And so it still comes down to how FlyQuest really want to start these rounds off. I mean, this one, not much of a factor here given the eco situation that they're in, but you got to look towards how they set up these gun rounds here. Whether or not they can, you know, continue to call these B side stacks, start these three players towards B. They're going to continue it.
Bait have, I don't think, planted the bomb on B once this entire game. Not even tried to execute on the B side once. It's all been towards the A side. It's all been action for JKS and Regali, and it's gonna stay the same. Bottom B control finally established here for FlyQuest, so fast flanks can activate. Something for Bait to think about.
Yeah, now they do take full banana control. They also rotate a player over. So a little bit better in terms of the early control, but a Hall's pop threatening JKS. He spots it out with a jiggle. Effective smoke. Now Bait just wait this utility out. I mean, right now they kind of know that FlyQuest are hovering on their location. With that deep banana control.
Regali's here.
Flashes have been too good to force Regali off of this angle, though.
Oh, and there's nothing that blinds him. He still takes the shot. But just swing him, they say. Regali going back in for a post. This time, throwing a flashbang in and getting himself on yet another forward angle. 4 players on A.
Execute. Coming through from second mid as well. The Molly forces Alex forward into an instant entry, followed up by Kentasaur. He turns his crossfit down as well. And this site collapses in an instant.
Oh my god, the double entry from Alex from 1 in 6 on the board completely obliterates the 4-man A stack from FlyQuest. Everything's going against them right now.
Oh, they're on the hunt here. Oh, they're going to have to fight. I mean, his chance to find some duels on the B-bomb site finally. Gets a chance to show what he can do in a hold on his side of the map. Molly's the re-execution lining up here. FlyQuest finding themselves crumbling on the CT side for the first time. The Unity not being able to really pull through up against the power that Beta bring in right now. The execution factor. Now spotted out Netic. Can he survive? No. Hetrick finds him with the op shot. And Bait gonna move on up to 6 here.
I mean, it's this from Alex. Full 180 and gets the second as well.
I mean, that execution right there is really only 3 players moving into the site versus 4 defenders.
Still an op dropped over to Regali, so this half is not over. Obviously, FlyQuest can still out. They can still gun for 5 rounds on this. But considering all their rounds were off the back of their force buy, and they've got so many gun rounds off of that, is a worrying sign, as Regali's already down low, trying to go for the mid pick.
I think the B side might finally get some attention. Been a long time since they've seen some action here. Maybe not even in this map so far. They've gotten a fake execute. That's about as much as they've had to handle. But now with a little bit of resources behind it,
Got a contact walk.
they actually make it happen.
I believe esenthial could just wide swing and one tap Netic. Well, here comes the full setup. Yeah, it's just a flash. They're hardly throwing a CT smoke in the mix. At least Netic does get the first, though. The molly's good, but he gets caught trying to swing through. Still, Bait hesitate with a smoke in their face.
Now they still have Regali on the op as well. Potentially cut them off. He's actually joining up in the rotates, but you're going to have an early alarm bell. JKS is in apartments. You can call it over. And they're going to wise up against the...
Vexite just picked up another smoke as well from Kensazor's body.
35 seconds left is all that they have to execute onto the site.
And Inns is also going to rotate as well. 20 seconds. They're going for the boost, but there's a molly for this position.
Oh, if this molly gets tossed in. Look at Hetrick.
It's also...
Got it in line.
He's got it lined up, but it's a CT incendiary. Doesn't spread far enough. Doesn't matter. As Inns in trouble. 10 seconds. All you gotta do is stop the bomb plant, and it's not meant to be. As this site is lost. A decent effort there from FlyQuest, but they just didn't have the util.
Now that last molly right there tossed in is brutal. Hearing that drop off, knowing it was a boost setup, they are fully prepared. And Bait, despite a little bit of a scare, still are able to pass the test on B. JKS might have himself some freebies here. Only a single before the instant trade comes through from MPL.
That's all Bait's kills are. They're all just instas. You swing in, you see them for half a second. That's the only chance you'll get. Regali will keep the op. But FlyQuest have to start their comeback now.
They have to do it now, knowing that they can also test that B bomb site as well. That trade from esenthial, I think, largely makes this round a little bit more possible. If that's a 5v4 execute that late into a round, that might be a different story here. But FlyQuest using another timeout. Their CT sides have been built together. They've been unified all day today.
Yeah.
And now they're getting rocked.
I can't even say that some of the setups are bad. It is the quality of Counter-Strike we're seeing from Bait in terms of the headshots that they can deliver.
I mean, not even just the headshots, it's the flashbangs to get into the site as well. You got to look at, Regali attempting to constantly work through that balcony side of the A side of the map and trying his best to work picks and constantly getting forced back and flashed off the angle and forced into uncomfortable positions. A bit of a different start for him this round, though.
Already top banana instead.
Same old here for Bait now. Back to the basics.
They're just going straight up brackets. Contact log. Are they even going to flash? They throw one flash. Hetrick establishes himself on the angle. And then there's the swing. But Netic delivers. There's the double. There's the multi-kill that FlyQuest have needed all half. It's Alex running through the apartments and sideswiped by JKS. Finally, FlyQuest hold.
Yeah, Netic with some big impact right there to set the tone. The flash telegraphs the move, and they're so prepared for that. Off the back of the timeout, a first-time B hit for Bait in the last round. They don't really budge here. They set themselves up nicely on the A side, ready with that crossfire. They read into that one perfectly. And that's how FlyQuest get on the board again after a little bit of delay. Netic and JKS combining efforts here on that A side. Regali back over towards B again. Some mollies tossed in, and last time they kind of left him on an island here pretty quickly. This time still some support from the rifle, and he knocks down the aggressive peek from Kensazor.
There we go. finally able to puff up their chest, but
Oh, this timing.
off the back of it, the apartments walk. Contact, of course, here for bait. Nedic could be in trouble. His back is turned to two players, and he gets surprised. Alex already out of the apartments, and there's nothing they can do. They've lost the A site through the apartments.
Yeah, everyone trying to entry on in. Now the bomb is going to be a little bit delayed here. If they can walk their way through lane, that could be a window of opportunity on into this round. But JKS focused on clearing out middle first. Diligent on his clears, and he does deal with the lurk of esenthial.
All right, man advantage here in the retake for FlyQuest, but look at the mollies. Hetrick gets advanced positioning here.
He's going to have a huge shadow advantage.
He picks up another incendiary too. This is ridiculous. There's a third molly in towards lane, but they can wait it out. Time's starting to tick, but 20 seconds is enough, and Hetrick goes for it. He gets a collab, but it's not enough. JKS, sharp on the shot. 2 versus 3. Alex and MPL. Alex tapping. It's MPL to get the kill, though. Now he needs the clutch, and he's got it. Bait now, up 8-4. They stop the attempt of the uprising from FlyQuest, and they're up 4 with the chance to eliminate them. With tournament life on the line right now for bait, they have stepped up and delivered. Alex from the bottom of the board finding double entries and breaking through all the correct setups for FlyQuest. And then why not an MPL clutch to close it? 8-4 right now. FlyQuest in desperate need of a pistol to stay in Cologne.
JKS putting out those numbers right now. 16 and 8 for him in that first half, trying to bring the multi-kills, but 4 rounds to show for it. They have to bring in the T side here. Everyone has to step up in the second half. And they're walking into a bit of a setup here.
Esenthial at sandbags, and no one's going to be clearing Alex. Flashbang also ready for Hedrick, but he's spotted. Alex also gets found. Plays his hand too early, and a jumping block headshot from Netic will get them into this pistol round. Netic solo entries up Banana, only taking 4 points of health. He gets the
God.
Netic does it all on his own for FlyQuest.
Oh, he's hunting. He wants his ace here around the corner. Oh, he's not going to give it to him. Kinzasaur doesn't want to donate an ace.
Oh, and the Molly's going to stop that as well. But Netic might be robbed of his glory. But oh my god, a flying Glock headshot. What is that going to look like on replay?
It's going to look absolutely sick there. Cracking open that B-bomb site. Everyone having to step up to the plate. Netic prepared.
He's got it in his sights, but not quite the headshot.
Oh.
Okay, it's Kinzasaur who gets the farm up. Kill reward bonus was actually a big deal for the CT side. He's already got 1K in his bank, and
150 for everyone.
that is also an M4 purchase for the next round.
Pretty valuable exits right there. I think worthy of the hunts if you're Netic. Going for that ace there. I mean, instant entries. Again, a huge statement to start off the second half. Your player
Here it comes.
was able to activate late, but man, that was just instant double dink right there. Capitalization on the low HP bar.
Dude, he wasn't even... That nice save, though, Netic, is resulting in a rifle for that very player. Kinzasaur with the
Nice
A1.
save at the end.
Yeah. And this would be the more devastating round to lose. And they're going. It's a quick boost for Kinzasaur. Already looking for the fight. Bottom B, but the flashbang keep him off. And Netic
save.
is on fire.
That rifle on the floor instantly is picked up by esenthial, but dropped out of the hands of Kinzasaur as he is able to complete that revenge. This is an exciting start here for Netic in the second half. Showing some serious fire. Trying to ignite FlyQuest back in this deciding map of an elimination here. What's looming ahead of one of these two teams is last place despite some promise.
Cologne is a tough tournament, man. Complexity did not deserve last place, but alas. Now the 5-7 swing here in the middle. There is a picked up M4, but Vexite doesn't care. More multis here for the side of FlyQuest, and that's the momentum that they need. Incoming full eco. But a lot of these teams who are exiting out sad today don't deserve it, I feel like. I mean, Complexity had to play against Gamer Legion, a team that has contended for IEM playoffs on multiple occasions, and Natailu, probably the team of the month.
Yeah, I mean, that's a kind of competition that you enter into when you play a tournament with this prestige.
Yeah.
No question about it.
Reality, I think, is honestly what we're talking about here. Just, you play good teams, you have to beat them. Vexite is about to get snuck up on here by USBs.
He's ready.
Oh my goodness, Kinzasaur. Oh, it's a Zeus.
Okay.
Oh, not in this kind of match. Oh, it's not the
okay,
Zeus.
it's a 5-7 behind
It
him.
is the 5-7. That is an AK retrieved, but that isn't round defining. Instead, wallbangs for ins will find esenthial. Here's P250. No. Gone quickly. Then it clears. B-side free. And Alex is going to go pack that AK up and save.
Not a bad idea. FlyQuest moving on up to 7. Be able to stay in this one a little while longer off the back of the pistols. Now we're going to have to see them up against the guns here, and you're going to have to look at, you know, what this roster can kind of define when it comes to playing up against the aggressive style. Can Netic continue to provide these openings up Banana, right? That's going to be something we look at throughout this half.
Started this game 1-5. And then single-handedly brought them rounds. Like, max impact for this guy.
Brought them their 4th round. And following 5th off the back of that pistol. Now continuing to count things up.
Formerly of Rooster. There's so much interesting lore with Netic as well. Maybe not the stream to dive into, but save it maybe for a podcast. Nedic deep down, and Oceania has been competing there for 5 years. It's about time he got the call up to the top team.
He's got some serious reinforcements arriving here as well. JKS back in the mix. See what he can do. Still fighting up Banana now. He gets the full purchase here, and he'll match the energy here down.
Oh, Nedic!
Nedic opening things up right
Still
there.
here. And he's already snuck through the smoke.
Way.
MPL doesn't know. MPL won't know. But Nedic, as a smoke fades, he is playing a risky game. But I think they know.
I was going to run in.
Nedic, run through as a smoke fades.
My God.
He triple entries B again for FlyQuest.
Oh, he did it again. He's keeping it up. He's airlifting FlyQuest to a tied scoreline. Nedic with another multi-kill entry round, just determining it outright. We are tied up at 8. The save is on. And Nedic is on leashed.
To battle off Illumination. It's where the New Zealander steps up. I mean, this is what they brought him in for. This is what he was doing back at Austin. This is the promise that he showed. To be the superstar this team needs. And honestly, kind of missing in those first 2 maps. But was able to power them through on a potential comeback. If he's going to keep running up Banana like this and taking down the whole team, how are Bait even going to stop him?
Yeah, I mean, Bait are going to give you those opportunities as well, right? They're not too keen on these passive setups, so if Nedic can continue to shut this down here, an obvious win condition here for the squad. Another multi-kill B-side access here. They're playing around him as well. They're trusting that he can do the damage. And that frustration is sinking into Bait once again.
This is what was happening on Mirage. But it was a wake-up from Kenzazor when the pressure was on to reel it in.
I mean, this time Kenzazor might not be all that present in a lot of these B-side duels here. Might have to be someone else as Vexite punishes the aggression through apartments.
Hetrick's in trouble as well. He has a molly behind him too and is going to lose half his HP for it.
No connections with that AWP either. No opening duels. They're answered back. A shot rattles off, but without connection, it's going to have to lean on this good rotation coming through.
Help's arriving. But for now, it's just Kenzazor to defend mid-brackets. They had a timing. Actually, the timing's now. 2 players are smoked out. He breaks the smoke.
Oh
and
my
Ames
God.
finds the kill onto esenthial. 3 versus 5 now. Kenzazor's going to push forward. This is the only thing he can do, and he's being held for by regali, calling the aggression perfectly. Now it's just Alex.
Smoke going in. He's going to go join up with his teammate on B, try and save this one. This might just work. Actually, it just seems like fake utility. Drawing out a little bit of more attention, making sure that they don't stack over this B side. Vexite gonna prod and try and find the stack, and when he gets taken down, that's gonna scale them into B.
Yep, and Hetrick sees 1, and yep, that's both players seen on B. Free walk into A. That's a very good use of 1 player right there. Just making sure you don't run into the 2 players, run into the crossfire. I like that there from Vexite. FlyQuest lock up the round.
Now, last little detail right there to ensure that they don't run into a stack here. Bait can play a little bit tricky. They can play deceptive. And Vexite, the opportunity to avoid any of that here. Now you're seeing some extra help. It's not just an Nedic show finding these opening duels. Vexite punishing aggression. In fact, they're all prepared for the CT side reaction. Off the back of that 4v5, Bait continued to fuel the fire. And now there's a hunt in order here. Alex in the danger zone. AWP might need to help out here a little bit. She chips off some more damage and he's spotted.
Oh,
the op already fell.
It's Alex to hold on inside the church. Needs a prayer. Can't get one. And it's 9 rounds. FlyQuest 5 straight here on T side. Take all the guns away. Nedic fragging up a storm, and now the rest of FlyQuest is following him.
That's pure composure right now here from FlyQuest again on the mission. No screams just yet, even though they've unleashed the beast. Nedic firing all cylinders. It's going to be a half buy in order. These are rounds that can be so deadly. Bait live on these rounds. So you can't take them lightly. AWP ready to fire up, but Hetrick takes some damage. He still wins the duel. Regali sidelined.
It was just a wall bang. It was just the wall bang. Obviously not round defining just yet, though. JKS.
Oh, this is an insane risk.
Making an active move on the edge of the smoke. They are through. Alex on the off angle, standing in the middle of the open, and gets destroyed. Up through Arch. Now here for FlyQuest, but JKS can't keep a hold on it. And
It's known. I mean, his position is not a surprise anymore. So he's in a very valuable position, but one that is known by the CT side. They're made aware.
They're gonna split through CT spawn, though. At least Vexite is thinking about it, hoping that draws a player over to him.
Also got to be concerned that there's some A aggression coming through, but a CT smoke in order. And it's still going to be Vexite playing rotation cut off.
He's going to walk through it. But that is read into here by Hetrick. But just jiggle peeking for the info, and Inns has walked around the corner. Hetrick, no idea. The backstab one for Inns, but not the second. Esenthial still recovers his aim for the kill. They know he's at first oranges, and he gets sidelined. That is the B side open. FlyQuest, stay methodical.
Now it's just going to be MP9s trying to retake this one. Maybe a gun to be picked up on the inbound for Kinzizort. How do you close the distance? MPL is down low.
And jiggle peeks here for Netic. NPL is now walking forward. So there actually is a timing that Netic is given over. Smoke to CT. Scale up now. And Kenzazor trying to make magic happen. Back turn to Netic, though, who won't be missing NPL to back away. And surprisingly, Kenzazor didn't go for the op. So I think that's what NPL's after at the moment. Won't be able to get it, though. And that's 10 now for FlyQuest.
That is surprising. On the inbound doesn't really pick that one up. Don't prioritize the save. But they have plenty of money to go around anyways. That's not the concern for Bait. Right now it's about confirming these round wins. And you're seeing FlyQuest get a little bit bold in their decision making in this late map 3 decider when elimination's looming. Pushing a smoke like that when you know you're playing up against an eco is such a bold call. But a reaction that bails them out of that 4v5 deficit. Vexite taking that space and providing coverage. Now Netic refreshed, back in the mix here, and back with a lot of challengers on this B side. Banana ready to be fought for here again. For both these sides who will not relent on this aggression.
And finally, Bait will show respect to Netic. Not a lot of players earn that. They're not going to fight him at top banana. They will play the passive behold. Passive everywhere on the map. Complete reversal in play style.
Esenthial going to toss in that HE. Nice bounce on it. Good damage. That's why they play a little bit more respectful. Wait for that contact. Do a little bit of chip damage with the utility. Another smoke here still in play for this CT side, and Hens is getting up close and personal. But how long can you trust this setup here? Another smoke brought by NPL, a package delivered at the doorstep of this B side of the map. Smokes continue to be recycled down banana. It almost makes you think that if FlyQuest want to go towards this B side, it's going to be through the utility, not around it.
Oh, and JKS trying to get active, but it's Hetrick holding on. They're going to come back to the A side anyways, though, because they make the read. There's just an offer here. There's only one defender, but he's putting up the hold.
He's done enough, man. They are left at a standstill here. Inns trying to offer him a bailout opportunity towards the B side.
Not quite enough, though. They're not even trying for it. Not willing to donate those AKs and the op over to the CT side. FlyQuest will concede. And instead, 9 rounds for Bait. Finally, their first on the CT side.
You know, the first round in quite some time that we've actually seen a little bit of influence coming through from Hetrick as well. 2 kills with that AWP. Solo defense of that A side of the map. A good reaction from FlyQuest to try and press on that point, but the defender stands too tall. Able to deliver that multi-kill. That's a position that Regali was trying to make work the whole half and just couldn't because of the late flashes. FlyQuest don't have that available here. Instead, it's back to Netic trying to set him up.
Doing it again, but nothing to fight.
Early control so valuable here. You gotta flush out that utility now. We saw how late the bait side was able to hold on to that util. So much damage on the ends and Netic. Taking them down low. The smoke's still not coming out of the hands of bait either. They're still not budging. Finally, they toss in their first volley. They've got a lot more behind it. And now a little bit quicker on the pace back towards this A side with a little bit more resources. FlyQuest flooding through the bracket side.
We'll call over the third rotate in the form of MPL. Trying to lob in a flashbang, puff out his chest a bit. You can see he wants to go over towards the B site.
They have the smokes to try and wrap this one up. It doesn't seem like it. Only a single smoke left here on this T side. Only a single flashbang as well to get them past this head trick op. Again, it's going to be a problem.
It's just a contact walk once more, and Inns will sacrifice himself to head trick. Now Kentazor inside the pit. 2 players to deal with from the apartments. Will they go? 20 seconds. FlyQuest hesitating, but they get the opener from Regali. 15 seconds on the clock. Head trick in the sight, misses, and he's giving it over to FlyQuest. They broke it through. They've got the plant with seconds remaining and the round.
I mean, oppers don't even buy the op on the T side. Regali is opening it up on the A side somehow, man. These close range duels, these massive challenges. Regali still being able to fire up and find impact here in the crossfires. Breaking through the deadlock there. FlyQuest going to move forward.
That means everything. That first kill on a Regali, the Moto player getting headshotted through the barrel. With seconds remaining, that's the kill that opens it up because they wouldn't have gone for it if they didn't find the kill. And instead, FlyQuest are 2 rounds away from eliminating bait from Cologne and keeping this JKS debut dream alive.
Continuing the conversation here. Look at the angle that he has on that first shot.
Oh my god. That's the shot he hits on the head trick.
Not a chance. The pressure amplifying on bait right now. No holds. No multi-kills put together from Hetrick this time. Shut down with the single. 11 rounds locked in for FlyQuest. And again, they're starting to add tools at their disposal right now and how they open up these rounds. Netic at the very get-go of this half. Now you're seeing a little bit more influence from Regali.
Full banana control, and Regali nails the shot. Deep angle keeps the aggression at arm's length. They keep going as well. Head trick. Trying to hold on to line. MPL. There's 3 players behind the smoke. He's running low of ammo though. They're going to swing him. And Anza's going to get the entry. It's just Kentazor here on the A site.
A great reposition into apartments. Has to find some security. Get a kill and try and dodge out. Try and stay alive for a little while longer.
He'll stay inside of the apartments. Now he's dealt with Nick. Hits that shot. Corey is in the house right now as FlyQuest walk into the A site, get the plant, force the save. It is series point for FlyQuest.
Oh, Netic doing it again, man. Cracking through. That final kill delivered. Kentazor sidelined. Save forced here. And series point on the board now. FlyQuest not able to capture Mirage in that little late surge of momentum here, but now they have every piece of the puzzle firing on all cylinders. Netic starting them off here, lifting them through, and Regali stepping up with these opening duels on the AWP. It's going to be 12, and Bait are feeling the pressure. They're going to get hunted now. JKS, now he's feeling bloodthirsty.
And oh my god, he hit that! Oh my goodness, and Alex gets nothing! JKS, what was that shot?
Oh my god. Hasn't had much of a half here, but that is a huge statement. 2 guns ripped out of the hands here of Bait as they fight for survival. Their tools are going to be limited.
Let's go, Justin.
They know how much that means. They took all the guns away. They are on series point. Still, though, Bait somehow muster another purchase.
Just have to sacrifice an MP9 here for Kinzasor. Everyone else on full firepower. Hetrick. Oh, he's getting a little bit aggressive there, just for an HE, though. Nedic and Regali, a wrecking crew here through the B side of the map. Just looking to make it happen again. More HEs, this time not as effective.
And Alex is solo B. Nedic is walking forward. He wants to do it to them again.
What a decisive call here.
Corey Brown strutting up banana solo. He's doing a bait play. He's contact walking into a full setup, and he's already hit the timing. He's already up. Smoke in, and he's in front of the molly, but Hetrick is holding inside a CT spawn. Critically, Nedic gives up the kill, but look at this.
JKS says he's in between them.
But JKS has no idea. No way he turns around. Do you think he's going to clear alt mid for his team? Instead, they're coming up. Or will they be ready for Kenzazor? MPL delivers the first. Vexite?
Kinzasor, though.
They should know. Look at this. JKS is already up in through the arch side. Here's a player going to library. Kenzazor gets caught. JKS though falters. 2 versus 3. 40 seconds on the clock. They know that was that A-site player. But Hetrick has arrived. Already on lane. Delivers. Drops the bomb. And that puts Regali in a clutch. He has the money to go for this. Does he have the shots and the capability as he misses, drops past? Looking for the shot. He gets one onto esenthial around the site. He has another one onto Hetrick. He has the bomb. He has the plant. A 1v3 to end this for FlyQuest.
Oh, it'd be so fitting.
Alex is running up short. Fast. He's not waiting. Underhand flash. He's going. But it's Alex up top on the site. Gets onto apartments and he stops the clutch. He keeps his team in Cologne. And Regali furious.
Oh my god, Regali doing everything in that clutch, doing God's work to try and make it possible, to try and push FlyQuest across the finish line. Not there yet. Alex has a little bit more kick to him. What a shot from Hetrick to cut him off here. How does JKS get nothing? How does he get nothing in that position? I mean, he was in between the rotates. He had the exact timing that he looks for in every round. He had the miracle move and still gets bested.
JKS humbled and a sigh of relief for Bait. I don't know how you pick yourself up and say, yeah, let's play the same Counter-Strike we have after nearly losing that 1v3. 2 more match points for FlyQuest.
Still kicking, man. They still have the firepower. We saw it. A surge from Regali to put it into a 1v1. Can't complete the mission, but you know he wants to. You know he wants that shot at redemption. Another chance here. JKS might look to step forward a little bit quicker, but there's a setup this time around.
Oh, they're going to catch JKS, or will they? Esenthial was looking away.
Just looking for that timing again. This time there's a whole lot more setup.
That is a B player, though, in the minds of FlyQuest. Will they pull the trigger?
They got to here. Hetrick, though, has been able to offer up some solo defenses on the A side. What about his B holds? There's the window that they need to execute upon. The utilities being volleyed on in. Molly's smokes landing. They might be able to beat him to the punch here. Smoke goes in and he's flashed off. He's not going to be able to provide much.
Is he going to step in front of the smoke? In the 4v5? Will there be a plant denial even better here out of the AWP? Ins to set it down and nothing to stop it. So a full-on post plant. But look at the retake util.
Yeah, there's all the utility in the world. Even some backup smokes here if they want to pick it up on the inbound here. That's what Bait are relying on. That's why they give over this site here in the retake.
Molly out towards New. Vexite up close, high-low setup all across the board. Excellent flashbang, though. It's got to be Nedic. Up top, it's no good. Out to the Glock, and Regali smoked out. He's got to hit some incredible shots through the smoke, but he's not even going to try. It will go to the final round of regulation on Inferno.
Oh, boy. Has to call it right there. Didn't want to pop the desperation through the smoke. And the retake right there off the back of the utility sets in. The frustration, final timeout used from FlyQuest. As the game plan not coming up their way. And Bait are able to keep their composure, trusting in their ability to land these retakes, trusting in the utility. JKS having a bit of a tough half of things here. Started off electric in the first. Constant multi-kills, but really can't get his lurks activated on these A-sides. You're seeing the entries come through from Nedic. You're seeing the impact that he brings to the table. JKS wants to sliver on those timings there.
Yeah, I believe he was 17-9 at one point. I think now he's 17-15.
I think he's got 19 kills. He's still just a massive slowdown from that first half that he's been bringing here and trying to find that impact. We saw those shots on the exits, so that the saves that were attempted.
Right.
And how quick he can be, but he's not given the opportunity.
3 players top B. It's an airstrike bottom, but nothing connects. FlyQuest stay patient. Words from Urcast to try and eliminate bait from Cologne.
Here's that step up here, quick reaction, maybe a little bit more pacey towards the bracket side off the back of seeing and feeling that utility down banana. Could allow for you to get a little bit more aggressive towards the bracket side. That's exactly what Vexite's going to go for here.
All seen. Called it clear. Taking the control. Put the pressure on to bait. But even with the pressure, they still are holding 3 players towards B.
This is just a call that's been made here. This is how Bait were designing this 24th round from start to finish. They're calling FlyQuest's move. You want to come take this B bomb site? Best of luck, Nedic. Can you get 3 more of us? Maybe Nedic isn't so interested. Maybe FlyQuest don't want to head in that direction. Might double back.
They're not even going to head trick. They're putting everything on double pit.
Oh, great late smoke here.
Are they going to respect that? They're throwing in the B site fake. They've heard a player inside a big pit. It's going to be an apartments pop. Ins drops, but now it's coming in towards the weak A site. Players leap out of the apartment. First kill's there for Vexite. FPL can't get the second. It's 3 versus 3 in the A site.
Oh, Regali. Close range with the AWP. All 3 players on the flank. They're flying. And Regali's going to hear this soon.
He's going to hear it. He's going to hear all 3 players moving forward. And he flicks for the first. Backs away. 2 versus 3. Nade damage onto Alex. He has to keep going. There's no choice here for Bait but to go into these remaining 3 players with their Cologne dreams on the line. How are they going to get themselves out of this situation? FlyQuest looking to continue to advance. Molly for JKS will force him into a fight.
Oh.
And he does eventually convert. It's just esenthial in a 1 versus 3. First is good, nearly the second. 1v1, he gets the kill. It's a 1 versus 3. But where's the bomb? Does he have time? Seconds remaining here. Hands on your head. He's got it. It's going to overtime versus the 1 versus 3. Oh my God.
Oh, the dreams were shattered. Bait were shattered right there. It was over, but there's nothing better than a Bait 1v3 to live on a little while longer here in Cologne.
How? How did he do it? How did he do it? How to get the kill on a regali? Knowing where JKS is, milliseconds remaining on the defuse. Agony for Australia. As they call a timeout immediately. Everyone thought it was over. I thought it was over. FlyQuest thought it was over. Bait thought it was over. But it is overtime. Milliseconds. They didn't give up. They played to win no matter the situation.
The lifeline here, the clutch factor that this team brings to the table is unbelievable. And that is how they play on here in Cologne. FlyQuest going to be feeling that one. If they can't capitalize here in OT, that's going to be the round.
You know how insane it is? If JKS had more HP, that extra bullet he fires would make him run out of time. Instead, they're just fast up middle. They're putting the pressure onto Arch side already. Look at the rotation it forces. MPL is also going to start moving down towards bottom B.
It's a quick reaction right now, trying to get a little bit aggressive towards this B side, but that's where some of the struggles have been for Bait. They haven't been able to deal with Nedic in his opening picks. MPL is all in on this play. The smoke's going to fade soon, surely, but a freebie around the edge of that smoke can't escape. Vexite will spam him down through the smoke. Alex with a volley of utility. The reaction, oh, the timing's perfect. JKS with his back turned. Kansas Or capitalizes, and he knows it's the lurk, so why don't I just take all of A right away from you?
Yeah, already on the deep angle, and I don't think Vexite is going to be prepared for this.
I mean,
could clear it.
Right. He won't.
Not perfect.
Reapy offered up, and again, Kinzazor just offering up a little bit of disruption now with timing for regali, but with the op, it's hard to capitalize with quick motions.
Doesn't even have the bomb. Regali will walk up arch side, and Hetrick is already holding. Let go of the line. Medic as well catches the timing. He still gets the headshot. Regali does connect, but if Nedic found that kill, this would be a 2v2 on A. Instead, it's round over.
Oh, again, just crushing here. Kinzazor reminding him of what happened on Mirage, the disrespect, the fearlessness out of this guy. Shatters another round for them. FlyQuest and Regali left to just save, hide inside the pit. Round over. And Bait able to now take the lead. Again, what felt like a game that was done. It was sealed up. Now they're winning on 13.
It's crazy, though. Even despite all these advantageous kills, for Bait, that one duel onto Nedic decides the round. FlyQuest still give themselves chances, even and disadvantages too.
Oh, he's done with it. Kinzazor flying down the middle here again.
Nedic screwed. He has not hurt this. He's dead. Instant headshot. There's the double. And that might be the round as Kinzazor continues. He might be 13-19. He might have a negative KD. That does not stop him at all throughout this entire series.
It's just so reminiscent of Mirage and what he was doing there, jumping out of the window, flying down middle again here on map 3, and making sure that this T side of FlyQuest cannot even set up. They can't get their positions. They can't even get the first phase of these map control that they want to fight for, and the round is just over before it ever even lifts off. There's a chance at recovery if these picks continue to be given over, but now they've fallen back into more standard setups at this point.
I mean, not giving up. JKS is going to set up an arch smoke. Needs the entry and gets it. Good movement there for JKS for the opener. Trying to slingshot in. Baits the op shot. And now Regali can post, but there is MPL. As JKS can't quite win his duel. Flashbangs are good. And MPL top of the box doesn't even care. It is 14 rounds for Bait.
Just so promising from Kinzazor again. I mean, a bit of an element that we didn't see throughout regulation either. Being able to pull that now in overtime, mid-aggression. Again, not really allowing for, comfort out of JKS and his lurks here. Making sure to disrupt these sort of plays. This time able to influence the B side of the map with those picks. FlyQuest left scratching their head now. This is a whole new move that they're not familiar with. Played a full half not having to deal with that. Now they throw it out in overtime.
I'm still in shock from the 1 versus 3. It's something that's just gonna haunt them if they're leaving this studio today.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's still looming over their heads. Now there's still obviously a fight for FlyQuest. Their timeout used here in overtime. We know Bait already called theirs out. But a chance to try and set the mental back on right here. Still a shot at redeeming that 1v3. Just got to survive. Especially in this last round here. Can't afford a sweep. That's going to hurt.
And it's Kinzazor again. Just full on the aggressive. Only takes 30 damage as punishment for looking at a despawn. Normally people pay for their lives.
Medic trying again towards this B side. Aggressive as all get out. Good volley of utility forcing Esenthial off the perch, but there's a heavy rotate coming through here. Even MPL thinking about joining forces.
Nedic can't swing this, but look at this. The boost. Regali's holding this. Not even a flashbang. Try swing as Regali dropped, but it doesn't matter because Nedic is here. There's a double, but will it keep going? Double swing is good, but Hetrick can't hold on. It's a B site broken. And it's looking good for FlyQuest.
Now one more little ounce of effort from Nedic here. Still might need to do more. And coverage for the bomb plant ends on the ready. Just Kinzazor. A disruptor looking to move on in this retake. He's got a smoke kit to work off of here, but 3 targets to take down.
You're just going to shift walk this smoke. It's being held by ends. Sort of. He let go of the line to spam the CT smoke. Now's not the time for that, and Regali will clean it up with the headshot. It is at least 13 for FlyQuest.
Oh, able to close out that last one right there. Again, Netic powering them through that B side, man. Another multi-kill opening duel here coming through from him. It looked like the timing was going to be miserable. It looked like that was going to collapse the setup. The re-aggression was perfectly placed there with the op of Regali kind of falling off the perch just in time. If it wasn't for Netic being prepared right there, we could be looking at a much different story. And that was a monster T-side from him.
He struggled on CT, though. They never even tested him over towards Banana. Now they will. Aggressive Netic swinging right now. First kill's good, and the second Netic keeps going here for FlyQuest.
Now playing two T-sides, I guess, here. Hopping into the defense and running down Banana. Taking the fights to the T's. Doing what he does best here. Setting the tone here for FlyQuest for their bounce back. And a little bit of a shy half there for JKS on the T side, but his defense offered him 16 kills. If you remember, he's back into comfortable territory again.
That is if they go to the A site. It's weak here for Vex site.
Well play smoke. I'd allow for them to transition the defense. I mean, you would think you've got brackets control fully contained with Regali and no smoke really to call it over. So how long do you really want to commit to the idea that this is going to be a Halls pop?
Utility drop.
You gotta cheat the rotate over here.
Second
Multiple
Molly.
Molly should have buy time here for Vexite. But they're still not rotating. They're still not budging.
Playing in front of the CT smoke too. Swinging and now seen. And dead! That's a big giveaway. As that's the B site in a 3v3.
What did they know right there? It felt like they were almost guaranteeing the idea that that was going to be an A-side finish. Instead, they're left a little bit bamboozled. On the B side, and Vexite playing confidently gets destroyed.
Oh, and that nade sinks damage onto multiple.
Just flashbangs for the retake here, and an HE that's going to be sent in for minimal damage. They're running out of time. They're still walking about here.
Yeah, and MPL is currently at the back of New Box, the most powerful position you could possibly play. Now the swing in, an instant double headshot. JKS done. And it is Bait, their turn, with series point to eliminate FlyQuest. Trying to find their dream debut with JKS. It could be dead last instead.
Yeah, it might be a nightmare at this point. One that they will never want to replay. That 3v1 from esenthial could be victorious in the end here.
That was even with the Netic 2-for-1 to open up, right? That was everything they could have, just to make it sting a bit more, Cole.
Yeah, FlyQuest just banking a huge gamble. A huge gamble with Vexite playing forward like that.
Now Netic again, back again, stepping down bottom B, no smoke spam to stop him. And he lives. Opening pick here for FlyQuest.
It's huge. Able to do it again here. Taking a lot of sacrifice with the damage. JKS, got to be careful. The molly out. That's not going to delay them if they want to rush the issue, but they'll respect it instead.
Knock the paintings off of the apartments. Bait with the chance to end FlyQuest at Cologne.
Vexite solo on the B side again. They're taking that risk. The A side was left vulnerable with the stacks not even really helping them out. So they're still looking to stack this bomb site again late into the round.
In the advantage. But it's a 3 versus 4 on the side itself.
Smoke still into apartments as well. That's going to delay.
Smoke walk as well. Look at this from MPL at long. Could be problematic, but Inns goes down early. Then they know JKS is still alive here. As he goes down as well without a kill. It's just Regali. Now Netic step forward, he drops. And that might be it here for FlyQuest. Anticlimactic on the A site with 3 series points in regulation and a 1v3 that will haunt them for weeks. Vexite will give it a go, but he's only got 30 HP and little hope. Head trick holding. Esenthial engraved. But he gets the first kill. Are we talking another clutch here? Head trick up on the site. Seen behind the pillar. Time running low. Vexite Vexite though, he gets the kill! He's on the defuse with the kid! He's got the clutch! Bait up giving it back up! The funeral dirge will be cut short as FlyQuest get another chance!
How did he make it possible, man? It would have been the 1v3 that haunted him if it wasn't for Vexite coming through in a 1v2, saving them completely here with the clutch. They're able to stay alive for another round longer. FlyQuest fight on.
Oh my god! So we continue playing. Somehow we continue playing, Cole.
East side of Inferno, it's not supposed to be retakeable. But they keep on cracking through here when it means survival.
JKS, here's him coming. Gonna need to run, he's fully blind, but does path his way to the site. HE as well, onto the players. Oh, but a full spam from esenthial. JKS up on the cold box now. Will he be cleared? He will not. He gets a double. It's also ends with 2 on his own. 1 versus 3 for Kansas, or we need double overtime.
Can't lose another 1v3, right?
Is there going to be any more clutches? Well, it starts well. The train's not fast. They let him escape. He gets to the site. No. He gets another kill. Are we seeing another clutch in this game? Will it end? Kenzazor needs the reload. Does get it. Vexite continues pushing forward. Advances to the site. Kenzazor round the smoke. Vexite seen on his screen. Through the smoke. Vexite's got it. It's another clutch for Vexite. And we're going double.
You can't ask for any more insanity here in these rounds, but my god, Vexite won't give up. He's not going to let FlyQuest quit. You have to continue this game here. The clutches are non-stop. This A side is electric. And FlyQuest aren't out.
Oh my god. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how they haven't walked out of the studio yet already. For FlyQuest. They should be given fist bumps to bait at this point. But no, it is double overtime. First to 19. Here we go.
Oh, run this one back again. Absolute madness. So we get to stand and a little bit of the calm that this storm has been. The pressure lifted off of FlyQuest after 2 series points. Elimination looming ahead of them. They survive it, and now you get to breathe easy. But maybe they need that pressure. They cannot afford to let off the gas here. Setup looking early and often towards this A side. And
it's going to be an apartments pop
again.
But 4 players are here. This apartments pop should be stopped dead in its track. JKS could even block the molly. Alex trying to line up. Smoke in. Molly to pit. But gets found! Full spam through the smoke. They're in. Alex circling the site here, though. It's Vexite, the man who saved them so many times. He falls. 2 versus 3. Regali's still here, though. He cuts off the bomb. Now a 2v2. Alex low on the site. Esenthial late in middle.
Smokes are faded now. Alex is low on health. He's taking the headshot angle.
Regali's already here in the apartments as well, but that's going to be cleared by Esenthial. Bomb on top of the truck, though, and I think Regali sees it.
Sees that thing blinking right now. Doesn't have to move a muscle here.
Esenthial knows he's apartments.
He's vulnerable to it.
Esenthial knows. And look at this. Will Regali turn? He does. And he hits the shot. Regali with the awareness. Alex on 12 HP. He gets the bomb. Mantles the site. 15 seconds. And he's in.
Oh, man. Regali's far removed here. Alex with a little chance to isolate on the Netic.
12 HP, though. Cannot flub up a single fight. But knows he has isolated 1v1s. Wrapping around, though. Alex wanted the pre-fire, but Regali won't let him have it. FlyQuest retake the lead.
Just boxed up right there. So condensed in the clutch. No room out. Regali with the sharp senses. Able to stay alive there and provide some extra input there. Again, Vexite trying to breathe a little bit more life into the mix as well. With the op shots that he's providing, with the awareness. And now FlyQuest going to strike first here in OT2.
And Netic now armed with an AK as well. To make life even better for him as they are going 4 play. They're going down mid. They're going down mid. First time FlyQuest are uncorking this potion. As it's Kent's sort of drop. It's head trick to get traded, but it's a quick 2v2. And now we settle equal. so early in the round. What do you even do in this situation? How do you even plan for this 3 versus 3 at a minute 30?
All shuffling right now, completely moving throughout the map. But again, it's part of the game plan here, part of the trust that they place here in Regali to hold off this B side. It allows these riflers to stick around in a pretty deadly double setup.
Oh, it's double pit. It is double pit versus an Apps pop.
Oh, and it's going to be another molly for JKS.
He has a smoke. That goes into the apartment, so that's the wrong place. Now it's Vexite playing Joker inside of the pit. He won't be cleared, though. First kill's good, but not the second. Esenthial does drop in for the frag. And Regali, does he try this clutch?
He's got to. I mean, plenty of money to go around here for the last round of OT. He's got to give this one a go. Can he make it happen? Surely not again. So HE already starts this one off, and I think it's been registered by Esenthial.
Yep, you see both players closing in right now. There's another, and the flash. They're just bombarding him at the moment.
Don't play the whack-a-mole.
Yeah, and Alex is not even popping up, though, and he'll go right underneath Esenthial for an easy headshot. It's back equal at 16.
That A side cannot hold together there. JKS, I mean, some way getting flushed out of these positions in such a brutal fashion. We already saw the way that they started off their execute by spamming the smoke. This time mollied out as he gets his late utility in. And that timing just leads to instant dismissal. Their full preparation on that play there from Bait.
Last round of the split.
Around here where Regali starts towards this B side, trying to get some eeks down, try and catch Kinzazor, getting a little bit aggressive with the contact plays. See how far he presses this crosshair down towards this B side. Great HE from JKS. A little bit of chip damage on the head trick.
Already stuffing the apartments.
Oh my god. That's one way to entry up the brackets there. And taking some serious damage to the smoke there. Addict's still hunting this down. But when MPL gets tucked in like this, he's just so good at being a nuisance, providing damage and also dealing with the re-aggression that is so common in these 4B plays that you do have, or 4A plays rather. And you do have this solo defender.
And MPL's gotten entries from here before. Instead, he's turning the corner on Arch.
They're calling this one back over. MPL's found the timing, so that's why. Here's the rotate lead, and now he's going to wrap this one up.
They're going to be watching Arch. Absolutely not. There's a back turn. JKS still converts one and a second as they move up lane. 3v4, and now Inns delivers. No! Just damage. JKS on the site needs more, and he delivers! Oh, nearly the ace for JKS, helped out there by Medic, and FlyQuest retake the lead again.
There's JKS stepping up to the plate right there. Had a little bit of difficulties on that CT side in a couple of holds, but able to deliver the 4K. A huge elevation when the moment mattered the most. Stepping up to the plate here, and I mean, nearly doing 500 damage in that defense.
All in on that. And now the T side, where FlyQuest did their best work, where Nedic was the crowbar the whole half. A butcher of bananas back up. Joined together here with Inns.
Oh, the HE's again doing some chip damage. They've been tossing those in consistently, but Inns getting set up for the aggro right now. Nedic trying to set him up for some success. And it does already bait some of that utility out of the CT side. That's what they're after here, because Beta have been able to hold on to this B-side utility very late into the round. Still plenty left in reserve, but as long as you can try and force that out early in a round rather, could be the win condition. Utility damage. I mean, look at this. 3 players on half health here for FlyQuest to start this one off before they even see any of their opponents. They've done so much early util.
And now, setting up for an apartments play late in the round. Bait, once again, have pushed all their chips over to the B site. As Headtrick and Alex to defend. Here we go, up mid, but this time he misses. This time he's done. Headtrick for none. It's just Kensazor on the site, top of the boxes. He's been seen, and surely he's about to be dealt with by Regali with the flick. It is a 4 versus 3. It is looking like series point once more for FlyQuest.
They're going to have 2 more chances. Alex wants to save this round. The others taking a little bit of a long approach here to this retake. A single molly, a flashbang to crack through here, a couple of kits. Sure, you've been able to retake this A-bomb site, but can you do it again? Up against 4 players still standing.
But no random spam kill. Off angle held here by JKS. Scaling up towards lane. JKS will be forced out though. Into the open. Onto the off angle. JKS will still deliver. And everyone hits their shots. There will be no antics in this one. FlyQuest now up to 18 with 2 chances to close this game.
You can see how much one miss matters right there from Hetrick, who is able to deliver constantly in this position, but he can't escape. Inns will hunt him down, and somehow Regali, the player that has to trade that out, I think that's the last scenario that you want right there. That's how multi-kills start to build together, but Regali has been good at these close-range opticals all day today. Does not falter, lands the trade. 18 found. And that 1v3 could be redeemed in one more round. One that they cannot skip out on.
I know there's a joke of eliminate both teams, but I actually want to keep both teams because all this game has been some of the most exciting Counter-Strike played in the entire tournament.
This is going to come down to Hetrick again. He can't afford to miss right now.
Not like he did just in the previous round. He's going back into dark. This is it. He is committed to the hold. He needs a highlight reel. And about to be eating all the flashbangs. He's unscoped. He gets chained together. He's surely been seen. He misses the first chance, and he gets taken out. Regali finds him. It is the B site open for FlyQuest.
A lot of retake utility again, though. Is an asset. Looking for a pick right now. Regali doesn't pull the trigger, though. Crosser was on the line. There's so much utility for this retake right now.
They're going to molly him out, surely, right? Resmoke in a CT spawn, though. That could also be devastating. All 4 players are on the site. No one towards Banana. It is going to be a clash here. Can Bait somehow make this happen? Smokes fade. Regali on first contact here. Ignores the coffins, but it's not meant to be. Instead, it's FlyQuest to take it. Rattling off all 4 kills. Netic, of course, stepping up when it matters most. And Bait have been eliminated from Cologne. The JKS dream continues.
It will continue. I thought when they lost that 1v3, that could have shattered them. Losing the first 2 rounds of overtime.